Okay. Oh, hi. Okay. So I just went live first and then I'm going to tweet about it now. Should go all okay. Hopefully this time I'm going to hope we'll go okay. But yeah, I'm going to wait like 5 minutes for people to join me before I get into some talking. So yeah, so my first attempt, should I wait before I talk about that? But yeah, just interesting. Okay, so one person has arrived. Hello to whoever you are, and hopefully this time should go a lot better, but I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes to make sure that everything is going okay. Let me write about it too. Yeah, so my first YouTube live attempt, I was trying out some new things and I still am. Okay, so Gloria, I'm pretty sure you're the same Gloria that I've been talking to. Thank you very much for the comments about, yeah, the audio. So yeah, so with this YouTube live, first off, hi, it's March 20th, 2021 in Korea and it's now 10 a.m. in the morning. So good morning to everyone. And in the same Gloria, yeah, okay, great to know. So in the first YouTube live video that I just tried to do a few minutes ago, I wanted to see if audio would be fine if I use my AirPods. Because the thing is, when I use AirPods with my laptop and when I FaceTime with when I FaceTime with people, it goes fine. But I guess with AirPods does not go well with YouTube Live. And now I know. So it's just interesting to learn about that. So it's all good. Yeah. So also another thing I'm testing out is how many people are actually gonna join at this time. So last time I did YouTube Live was at 1 p.m. Korea time, but then I know America went through daylight savings time, so not sure if this is gonna like affect anything. But I am thinking, since most of my customers seem to send me lots of messages in Korea time morning time, I'm just wondering if I do a YouTube Live at this time too, will you guys like join me and then can chat with me? So that's why I'm also. Oh my gosh, maybe, hey, it's all good with you. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, so yeah, again, I do YouTube live so that I could talk with my customers. So already I know two of them are here. So hey, nice to see you guys. Yeah, so maybe this time in the morning I get to talk to more of you guys who are yeah. So I know most of my customers are somewhere in one part of the world, but maybe I don't know. Maybe in morning time in Korea it matches time with you guys better. Clarissa, oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, hi. Okay, so yeah, so far, like you guys are like some active customers of mine, so it's really nice to have you guys join me on this YouTube live. I think morning time it really matches up with you guys, huh? So I don't know if you guys want me to say your country. If not, just let me know. Okay, so May already like said it before I asked, but yeah, she said it's 2:05 p.m. in New Zealand. So yeah, I do have a customer in New Zealand. So I'm glad that this time works for you. 2:05 p.m. But right now in Korea is 10 a.m. Wow, that's a big difference. So you're yesterday, right? So I think all you guys are in what I say yesterday, but you guys are in the present time of March 19th, right? While me in Korea, I'm March 20th. So okay, so I don't remember a customer named Ira, but yeah, Ira, nice to meet you. You're just a YouTube subscriber, nice to meet you. So she's from the Philippines. I do know Philippines are like a few hours before Korea, so you're awake in the morning and wanting to watch my YouTube live. I'm glad. And yeah, Clarissa, so you said it's 10 p.m. there. I don't know if you want me to say your country, but where you are at 10 p.m. So I guess yeah, so right now in Korea 10 a.m. So again, it's just good to know about the time differences and seeing like new people in this YouTube live compared to the last time I did when I did it at 1 p.m. Korea time. So yeah, so I get to catch Clarissa right before she goes to sleep. So, oh my gosh, again, I'm very excited to see this. Wow. Anyway, so this YouTube live is nothing special. Again, I'm just testing things out. So earlier I was testing out to use AirPods for YouTube live, but it didn't work out well. So this is my second attempt at a YouTube live, and so far just using my audio microphone for my laptop seemed to be best. So I will keep this in mind from now on. So Mamie says it's Saturday. Just, oh my gosh. So Mamie is in Saturday. So you are actually in the future ahead of me. I did not know that New Zealand was ahead of Korea. Okay, that's again great to know. So you are in the same day as me, but you're 4 hours ahead of me. Wow. And yeah, and Clarissa says she is 12 hours in the past from me. Yeah. Okay, so makes sense. Very interesting, guys. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, so again, okay, really nice to see you guys. So this YouTube live, so yeah, I'm just using this time to test things out. So morning time, the AirPods, and I also just don't plan to say anything fancy because I have nothing to do, so I don't have plans for making new videos because I don't have anything that I need to say or show. So that's why I decided today just do a YouTube live would be better. And it's just, just ask me questions. If you have questions about MyKshopper stuff, or you have questions about Korea in general, totally okay with that. Or if you have questions about the Korean language, honestly, I don't mind to help with that if you have anything like that. Also, you could ask me some personal questions. I mean, only if I feel is like if it's in my comfort zone of what personal questions you guys want to ask me, totally okay. And also, one thing I do want to comment on in my last YouTube live, so the first attempt of today in that YouTube live that I did a few minutes ago, there's a person, I don't know who that person is or if he or she is going to come again, but do not use profanity here. I personally am not what's the word? I don't tolerate or would respond to you if you use profanity. So that person, he just said a bad word when commenting that my audio wasn't good. So again, I don't know if it's he. It felt like a he, but he or she. So I do want to say, please do not use profanity or I'll just kick you out. I don't know, I don't think I could kick you out, but just I won't respond to you. So yeah. So Clarissa says, sorry, I already read Clarissa's comment. And then Ira from Philippines, I'm planning to join VC events next time, but I don't know what to do, and I'm still thinking if I will join VC events. What is that? VC? Sorry, I don't know what that means. If you can explain that, Ira, but yeah, but okay. So yeah, those are all the comments I wanted to say, and so I just wanted to chat with you guys and just unwind. So yeah, so I could give you some updates about what's going on with our business, MyKshopper. Is that the past 2 weeks I have been so stressed out because so many issues were popping up. I mean, not huge ish. Actually, no, I consider them pretty big issues, but it was lots of issues that I had to try and resolve, and it was just so stressful. I felt like, oh yeah, so I still feel like I'm recovering from it, but now at this time, most of it has been resolved, and I feel a lot. I do feel a lot better than I was last week, at least, but there's still more things that I need to do. So that's also another thing why I can't really do videos yet, because I'm just so tired and so stressed. But everything is going okay. And then once everything is like settled down, I do want to say in the video what exactly is happening and like what new things will happen actually in the future. So yeah, I will talk about that some other time. So today is just for fun. Just for me to like unwind and just get rid of my worries and stress. And so just to start the weekend off with just feeling just wanted to unwind and not think about business for like an hour or so of me doing this YouTube live. So yeah. Clarissa says you can ban people in chat. That is good to know. Thank you. I mean, I don't need to do it now, but if I see anyone who says anything that I don't approve of, I will ban you. So thank you for letting me know. So I'm just learning new things in this YouTube live that I plan to do more in the future as well. Video call events. Oh, why didn't I think about this? So VC is video call or voice chat. Oh, Claire's guess it was voice chat, but okay. But Ira was the one that was talking. So she was planning to join video call events for K-pop groups, right? So you're talking about the video call fan signs for K-pop groups, and you don't know what to do, and you're still thinking about it. So depending on the group, if they're super popular or not, you have to buy a lot of albums. But there are groups out there that you don't need to buy a lot to win. And so that's how I would suggest for you, is just make sure that you have the budget for it, that you can afford it. So maybe you plan to do for Monster X. Well, as you can guess, no, as you should know, as everyone should know, Monster X are actually very popular. And for their video call events, I personally have not applied to their video call events, ever since COVID started. I mean, I'm not lying, but okay, that's some personal information I can't say yet, but I don't really know much about it. I guess I'll put it that way. So but all I know is that you do need to buy a lot of albums, because it's just really hard to win for them in general. So yeah, so if you have the budget and you can afford it, that's all I can say. Yeah, and then it's all luck from there if you win or not. Like, some people can win with a lot of albums, some people can win with little albums, well, not super little, but I mean, it's just possible either way. It's also lots of luck involved. Yeah. I mean, there's not much I can say about it, because like I just said, I don't have much experience of doing video call events in general. Yeah, but Monster X is it's just another topic in itself. I mean, they're not as popular as other groups. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can be as difficult. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not the best person to ask about this, given I don't have much experience with it. So never mind about that. Just good luck. It's all luck in general. And if you can afford as much as you can, and if you are okay with losing, after spending so much money, if you're okay with the possibility of losing, go ahead and try it. So yeah. Yeah, so May says, I know I have no luck so far for Monster X video call events. I know. I mean, luck is luck, right? And it's like only 30 people can win at each one. So, I mean, think about it. You're 30 people out of the whole entire world, applying for it. So, yeah, it's just do what you feel like you can do. It's just overall just money. So if you just have a lot of money that you can go ahead and try your luck at, like, like doing the lottery, right? It's just almost the same. So if you can do it, then go ahead. Yeah. So by the way, here's Hamgum. So I do have my own Tutokum items because I thought they're cute. So like, even though it's like, yeah, it was made inspired by Monster X, but personally, I'm not one to really buy a lot of them unless I think it's like cute to me and practical. But I don't know. I'm just that kind of shopper. So that's me personally, what kind of shopper I am. But personally for me, they are very squishy and comfortable, and it's super cute. So yeah. I just thought to. I don't know why I'm promoting Tutokon because they're not doing new stuff these days. But yeah, since I just woke up and I wanted to like hold on to something, I thought I'd bring Hamgum with me. Since Gihyun is in the March of Monster X Season's Greetings. Wano is always here all the time so for his Season's Greetings. So yeah, I just thought to show him. Clarissa says usually video call events you need to buy a lot. Yeah, and for global and for global buyers, you need to have money for the shipping. That is correct. Right. I didn't think about that. So adding on the shipping fee would be a lot more money. Yeah. So yeah. And luck is really what we need. I know. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, yeah, it's just all luck. So like there are people that could be like, I'm going to spend this much. Surely this means I will win. Sometimes we want to believe that, right? But sadly, I have seen it happen where you buy so much and you think, you should be able to win, but they end up not winning. So it's really all luck in the end. So that's why that's not something I want to play with too much. Like, sometimes I would like put in a little bit for like a certain fan sign or something since I live in Korea and, I have more opportunities to do it. But still, because my legal name is in English, I don't have a good chance at winning than a Korean name would. So I play my cards when I feel like I have a good chance or not. But, still, yeah, it's debatable and depends on the person how they want to go about it. Yeah, but I guess I'll open a group order so it's all good. Yeah, I have heard people that do that, and if they're okay with to go together with your group order so you could win the fan site, make sure that everyone is okay with it and what you're doing for that purpose. Like, don't lie to them. So make sure that you could do that okay. But also keep in mind, even if you buy a lot, like again, I have heard this happened to people before. If you buy a lot and don't win, hope that you're okay with that. So that's also just another thing to keep in mind, that it's still all luck in the end. So just do what you feel you can do. Clarissa says she misses Tutokon TTG. Yeah, I do too. I mean, keep in mind, they were doing so well until sadly Bebegom had to stop reproducing those products, and after 1.0 left, so it was kind of but then after that they were like doing so many things last year. I remember it was just like one thing after another. I'm just like, when would Tutokon like stop? I was just so overwhelmed by them, but now they officially did really stop, and I think it's because the company that makes Tutokon, which is called NC Soft, they made Universe application. If you guys know about the whole Universe thing. So it's like with many other K-pop groups that's using the Universe app. So I believe that's why they are stopping with Tutokon like promotion and items and is now all invested into this Universe app. So yeah, what can we do? They really like, created like a super cute thing, but yeah, kind of sad. I know. Anyways, May says, yes, I love all my Tutokon plushies, especially Gigi Gom. Oh, Gigi Gom. Yeah, I like the color of Gigi Gom the best out of all the characters. I guess the sitting Gom are hard to get now, right? Yes. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure NC Soft have stopped making new ones or producing more things. They're just, just trying to get rid of all the products that they have right now still in their warehouse. So that's why their online store is still open. But sitting Goms, the one where it's like he's sitting. So those plushies I know most likely won't go back in stock again. These guys, which were the first plushies, they call this a body pillow, even though it's technically just a doll. So these guys, I've never seen them. Sometimes, very rarely, they did go back in stock, but these guys, I think for sure ended already. What else were other items that stopped? I mean, do you remember like they had that long body pillow, but then other items, at the time they said they were limited edition though, so we can't really talk about those because they said was limited edition. But so most of the most wanted items of like the dolls, they're all pretty sure not going to be produced anymore. So a little bit sad, but what can we do? Clarissa says, I'm sad I didn't buy the head plushie thing. What's the head plushie thing? There was a head plushie thing? Do you mean it was just one of these, or the sitting one, or I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, I mean, what can we do? Yeah, so I always hear from not always, but often hear from people asking me, do you have these things from Tutocom? And I'm like, no, I don't have any of those in stock. And then I have to explain like Tutocom for sure is not going to be making them anymore. So yeah, it's just sad. I know you guys really love Tutocom, and I do too, but why am I promoting them and when they're not selling them? I'm sorry. I just wanted to hold on to something during this YouTube live. But yeah. So yeah, Gloria says, glad I have my one Mingom. Okay, that's good. I think Mingom is the prettiest character out of all the 7 characters. So but since I'm Gihyun biased, that's why I buy Hamgom. Like Hamgom is cute. I mean, he's okay, but I mean, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? I wish I could buy the I wish I could buy the character that I think is like cute and like I want to have it the most, but because of my like bias for Gihyun, it's like I can't get out of it. It's like, because this is like Gihyun's one, it's anyways. But I personally would buy Mingom if he was my bias. But but I personally think Mingom is like the prettiest one out of all 7 characters. Clarissa said the neck one. The neck one. I don't know if you know, Clarissa, but the neck pillow one is still on sale on Tutocom online store. So Clarissa, if you're interested to do another order with me, DM me on Twitter. Yeah, and we could talk more about that later. Gloria, Mingom is so pink. He is so pink. He's so pink and he's so cute. I like the flower on his head. I don't know. I just think, yeah. I mean, Gloria, why did you decide on Mingom? Because if you don't mind me saying this, I know he's not your bias. Minhyuk is not your bias. So I'm curious, why do you have Mingom? And then Candy. Okay, welcome, Candy. I don't remember a customer named you, but welcome if you're a YouTube subscriber. Candy says, I regret not buying Nunugom. Dude, Nunugom is so cute, even though I don't personally have any Nunugom dolls, but his for some reason sold out first. I mean, first was Bebegom, of course. Bebegom sold out first, and then was Nunugom, which surprised me a lot. But yeah, sadly, Nunugom just went out of stock quite quickly. And yeah, so I had customers ask me, do you have any like Nunugom dolls? I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't. So yeah, it makes me. Oh, you are new. Okay, so Candy, so again, welcome. So just welcome, yeah. And so Gloria says, so first it was because only Mingom and Honeygom were in stock. Okay, I remember that time. Okay, but Mingom is now my favorite Tutocom character. I just prefer it over the other plushies. Good to know. And it's just so pretty. I'm glad you agree with me. Like me and Gloria, like we really are quite, what's the word? Like same thinking with each other. It's just, yeah, it's very, very, very funny. So yeah, I would agree though. Like if yeah, I would buy Mingom if I didn't think about the Monster X members that are associated with the character, and I only do it based on who looks the cutest. I would buy Mingom, but yeah, sadly, my bias takes over what I think is the prettiest, and that's okay. I mean, again, I still don't regret it. Of course, I really like how it's like squishy and yeah, and it's like I don't really care so much if it gets dirty since I don't think it's the prettiest, but still, like I know I do try to take care of it as best I can. Yeah. So yeah, so Mamie says, lucky I did get Mingom sitting Gom. Good, I'm glad you did, but I only have all GG Gom as obvious. Your biases. I was curious about your bias, based on our order together, Mamie. But yeah, I want to assume he was your bias, so I'm glad to know that for sure now. Yeah, so you have all GG Gom, which I'm glad you do since he's your bias. So yeah, I'm glad. Hyungwon is your bias. So yeah, very, very nice to know. Okay, great. Iris says, my BFF made a Bebegom body pillow and she gave it to me. Oh, that's so cute. So, and I received that after 1 month. That is adorable. So you remind me of another customer that I heard about, is that her friend also made a Bebegom animal plushie. Yes, so remember Tutoko made those animal plushies. So her friend made her Bebegom animal plushie, and I thought that was just so touching and adorable, and it really looked legit. So anyways, for your friend though, your BFF made one for you. Like this is just so touching and sweet to hear those stories. So yeah, I'm glad you got one. Ira, I'm just curious, who's your bias in Monster X? I wonder, is it 1 maybe? I don't know. So Clarissa says, I know you love Monster X and 1 but I want to know if you like other groups or singers. Good question. I thought I told you about this before, Clarissa, but I actually I don't know when was the last time we talked actually. But anyways, yes, so I'm glad. So as most of you guys should know, because of what I do, what I say in my videos is that, yeah, Monster X and 1 they have been my favorite group ever since 2018. No regrets ever since then, and I don't feel my heart changing anytime soon. Hopefully never, honestly, hopefully never. But yeah, I've liked them for about 3 years now. But other groups that I currently like. So I have groups that I liked in the past before I liked Monster X, but these days when I think about those groups, I'm like, oh, not really. But anyway, so currently besides Monster X, I mean, I really listen to I don't know, I listen to all various groups from K-pop. Like, if I hear a song, either from TV or outside and I look it up, it's like, oh, that's a good song. And then I would just listen to it. But I mean, to say like, I have another favorite group after Monster X, I mean, not really, since I go for more of like their music. So not really looking into them as like people or like, wanting to watch their variety shows or like get into or buy their stuff or anything like that. So nothing that to that level. Just recently, I mean, because I talked about this with one of my friends recently, is that I really like a lot of A-Pink songs. So I really like A-Pink's latest song, and I'm kind of sad that they haven't made a new song after that. But usually, I really enjoy a lot of A-Pink songs. So whenever they come out, I like always want to like go and listen to it. It's like, oh my gosh, like hope it's another good song again. So they are a group that I would usually keep watch on. Recently, okay, and maybe you might enjoy hearing this. So like recently I got into Victon actually. How recently was it? Just a couple months ago, because one of my friends I was talking with, she told me about Victon because a guy named Sungu in that group, he used to be an X1. So, the whole controversy, it is a big controversy about, X1, produced X101, and X1 sadly had to disband after they didn't really like get to promote a lot. So it was just a really sad time. So anyways, she was telling me about that, and with Victon and like Sungu and like I don't remember all their names, but anyways, but with Victon, like she would get me like interested to like, oh, so have you been hearing like, Victon just released this new song, and like Victon also like did this, and like she's also into Sungu's for some reason, but anyways, sorry. Okay, so these days, because of my friend, is that she got me interested in Victon. So whenever like Victon comes out, or when they have a new album or out, like I would be interested to like see what they're doing so that I could talk to my friend about it. So, so those are like kind of the things I am with other groups. I just I just hear about them from my friends, or like, if I see them if I hear a song that I like on TV or outside, then I'll look into it more. But in general, I don't have a like, this is really hard to explain, but I hope you guys understand me. I don't really have any other groups besides Monster X I would really follow and like really pay attention to, unless it's just like casually. Yeah, that's the best way I could explain it. Sorry that was kind of confusing. Yeah, but anyways, okay, let me get back to what you guys are asking me. So Gloria says, have you ever washed your gum? Okay, another good question. So the thing is, like, I never saw it get dirty enough where I have to wash it. And the thing is, Chutokom posted about how you can wash them, which is only hand wash. So you have to like have like a big bucket or a bathtub, and then you hand wash it with like what kind of, I think they said some kind of dish soap or laundry detergent, yeah, anything like that, and then you hand wash it. But yeah, for me personally, with my gums, I never saw them get dirty enough that I have to wash them. But even if it gets like a little dirty, then I would just like, what's the word, like get like a spot cleaner on it. But so far I haven't seen that yet. And honestly, my hand gum, after all these years, it still looks pretty clean, right? Yeah, I don't see it very dirty, which I'm very impressed. So yeah, until it doesn't even smell weird. Yeah, so until I really think it's super dirty, then I'll wash it. But until now, I don't really want to wash it, and like maybe like I'm a little bit afraid it would make it less soft and stuff. So I wonder if you guys have washed it, and let me know if it feels okay after washing it. So yeah. Maymay says, currently I'm really into Victon. That's why I helped you get those Sejun photo cards. Yeah, so that's why you reminded me of like for me to talk about Victon. But yeah, Yeah, so some people, I assume Victon is kind of popular these days, right? So yeah, I only heard about them because of my friend, but I mean, their songs are quite catchy. I mean, they're very, very strong. You know, like Victon is like super strong image, like more strong than Monster X in my opinion. But I mean, they're also like kind of kooky. So I remember watching Victon variety shows just I was just like bored and I just wanted to watch what they were doing. They're also like super funny. So I mean, yeah, I mean if any of you guys like into Victon, like we could talk about it. It's just yeah, I just think they're interesting guys. um Ira says, I guess we have the same friend. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because you're from the Philippines, but the person I'm talking about is from another country. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just very interesting. Clarissa says, I'm into 17 right now and sad that one of my favorites got disbanded. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So one topic at a time. So yeah, 17. I used to like them, but then after I really liked their debut song. What was it called? Akinda? I forgot the English title for it, but their debut song, I was super into it, and I really was gonna keep my eye on 17 from that time. But then after that, their songs were just kind of, I don't know, it wasn't as good as their debut song. And then as time goes on, like even up until now, their songs are just still kind of whatever to me. So that's why I'm not into 17 as much as I would like to. Like I would still listen to their songs whenever they release, but I'm like, sadly, nothing has ever been as good as their debut song. So that's why yeah. So 17, I'm just kind of about. And one team. So I remember for Clarissa is that I helped her get some albums for one team, and I am sad that they disbanded. So the thing is, I remember they released a song a couple months ago, right? So I remember seeing that, and then I was just, of course, since I would remember because of one team with Clarissa. So I was like, oh, that's really nice that one team is still around. And like I was thinking, for Clarissa, since I helped her with them, that she still watches and enjoys them. But now you tell me they disbanded. Like, are you for real? Like after that last comeback, now they're really? So yeah, so Clarissa, like tell me more about that. Because yeah, I'm kind of sad. Or if any of you guys out there, if you're into one team, I wonder. But yeah, kind of sad. Okay, but all right, so Maymay says, yay, Victon boys are cool. Sungu and Woods was my favorite. Produce X101, but somehow I fall for Sejun. So funny. So maybe I'm learning more about you through this YouTube live. It's super fun. So here's the thing. Woods, or his Korean name Sungyun, I was always his fan from when he debuted in Unique. So I don't know if any of you guys know the old K-pop group called Unique, UNIQ. So there are some guys from there that went off to like be so I think that group disbanded because Seungyeon or Woods, he's now doing his solo career, and then one Chinese member, his name is Ibo. So Ibo, I believe he's like doing his own thing in China now. So yeah, I was kind of sad. I really liked Unique, except I think they only released like 2 albums, and then after that they like disappeared, and I was like, what's going on? But then when Produce X101 happened, and then Seungyeon was in there, I'm like, what's going on? Oh my gosh, why is Seungyeon there? So I was just so shocked because he was my favorite member in Unique as well. So then seeing him go on that show, I mean, I was rooting for him. So I didn't watch any Produce 101 shows. I have no time to follow a TV show these days. So I didn't watch any of it, but I was always thinking, I really hope he does make it to the end. And he did. And I was just like, Seungyeon, of course, Seungyeon is so talented. So I was like, so proud of him to like debut. And so sadly though, X1 disbanded. But anyways, Sungu, didn't know about him until my friend told me about him. And then found out about him and Victon. And yeah, so he's also, because even though I don't know how he was in Produce X101, but Sungu, I think, is such a silly boy, and he's also talented as well. I heard his solo song, and I thought it was good. So I'm glad that Sungu was able to do well, and also Woods or Seungyeon, he's also doing well on his own. So yeah, just happy for them. And then again, Maymay is just so funny that your bias is Sejun when you told me you were into Sungu and Woods. But anyway, just so funny. Ira says her bias is Changyun, or his stage name I Am. All right, he is so popular with international fans, which I don't blame him for. But I feel like he's also super popular in Korea. I mean, he's like and the Korean word we say for this is called mutuktuke, which means like, you're kind of like, it's cold, but in a good way. You're cold, but also like mysterious. Like, it could be used in a bad or in a good way, but that's, that's what I am is, right? So sometimes Korean girls, they're into that kind of personality, which is exactly what I Am is. So I feel like, yeah, he probably would be popular all around the world. But yeah. So you guys, as international fans, like maybe because he's good at English, and he's also handsome and good at rapping. Just my assumption as to why you guys would bias him. But Ira says, but Hyungwon is wrecking you. Okay, the bias wrecker. Okay, well Hyungwon has his own charms as well, as we know. So good to hear. Clarissa says Hyungwon wreckers everyone. So funny. Okay, so I know. Okay. I like to ask you guys for permission before I talk about you guys things. But anyways, hopefully Clarissa, you don't mind me saying this, but she's also a Hyungwon bias fan. So far we have so much what's the word? So many Hyungwon lovers in this YouTube live today. So funny. Gloria says, I'm afraid to watch Mingon because it might make him less soft. That's exactly my thinking too. I don't want to I don't want to ruin like the original feeling of this, you know? So that's also one thing why I don't want to ever watch it unless I really have to, you know? So yeah, so I want to like keep him in his originality as long as possible. Probably once he starts smelling bad, I think that should be when I should watch him. But right now he still smells okay, so I won't watch him yet until then. Clarissa, so Gloria is talking to Clarissa, I believe. 17 used to be my ultimate. Okay, and they're so amazing. Interesting, 17 used to be your ultimate. Well, I mean, you know, 17 has their own charms as well, and they're also super popular, I know. So yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Clarissa, they disbanded on my birthday. Don't say that, Clarissa. That hurts my heart. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Okay, that again breaks my heart to hear that. Again, I'm sorry to hear that. So I assume the company had their reasons. Maybe their last comeback wasn't as good as they thought, and you know, because of COVID, many K-pop singers and groups, of course, are struggling. Again, that's really sad, and I hope, you know, those one team members, they're all very talented people, so I wish them luck in whatever they plan to do now. Yeah, okay, just hang in there, Clarissa. It's okay. I'm sure we'll see those guys again one day. I'm right. I'm sure we will. So let's hope for their their success later. Mame says, yes, I know some Ipo. Okay, I'm glad you know Unique. Yeah, and Ipo, I believe he's quite popular, right? I believe he is, but you know, because he's so handsome, right? And like I think he's going into acting, if I remember correctly, right? And also FYI, he's a Chinese member, not Korean. But anyways, yeah. Ebo, so I believe he's doing all his work in China now. So Ira says, my BFF is from Germany. Get out of here. It's far. I want to see her soon. Okay, maybe we are talking about the same person. Okay, so Ira, that is again super interesting. I'm approaching this kind of connection between all these my customers and Ira. I'm not sure if you're one of my customers, but seeing this connection, I guess you guys are all connected. That's great. But yeah, once COVID is over, I hope we could all visit each other in other countries soon. But we have to wait for this pandemic to be over. But yeah, so anyways, Clarissa says, oh, you can talk anything you want. Okay. Well, I will. Yeah, okay, sure. But still, like, you know, want to talk about things that you guys are interested in. So that's why I titled this Q&A/fun talk. So anything that you guys are interested to talk about with me, anytime, please just chat in there with me anytime. Candy says, my bias is Shonu, Gihyun, and Changyun. Oh, wait, sorry. Your bias is Shonu, Gihyun, and Changyun has one foot in the door. Got you. So again, super cute. That's all I can say. I mean, it's just so funny. That kind of situation between like biases in a group. Like I personally don't have that experience, even though I wish I did, so I could relate with you guys more. But you know, everyone is different, of course. But for me, my bias is only Gihyun, and I never swayed from him to like other members. Like, okay, I'll go ahead and say this so that I could like kind of relate to you guys. So in the beginning, when I didn't really have a bias, and so I was just only watching Monster X and their videos, like performances and stuff. So Gihyun attracted me just because I thought he was handsome. So he was just the first guy that I noticed just because I thought he was like the most handsome one in the group. And you know, I had no idea what any of them does. So just based on looks. And then later, when I got to know more about the members, I was getting so Gihyun, I was still interested in him, but then when I got to know more of them, then I was kind of getting swayed by Wonho and IM. So Wonho and IM, I don't know, like their personalities, you know, once I started to get to know them, their personalities were just super cute and funny. I just remember that. So it was super cute and funny, and I was kind of attracted to that. But then in the end, though, like even though Wonho and IM were they could have gotten me, they could have, but the reason why it didn't happen is that Gihyun, I feel like, was just a lot stronger in terms of like attraction, and his personality I felt was just a lot more appealing to me. So I just remember while I was in that struggle of like who exactly is my bias, it was just like Gihyun was just so much, like I would say like 100 times bigger in appeal to me than Wonho and IM. So even though I had that mini struggle in the beginning, but it was settled for Gihyun, and I've been a Gihyun bias ever since, and never swayed. So even from then on, even though I love all 7 members, they all have their unique charms and unique personalities, and I love them all for who they are. But no one has yet to really sway me away from Gihyun. So Gihyun is just that powerful for me personally, and like I don't know what to say. So he's super powerful for me, and yeah, that's a short snippet of my beginning road of how I became a Monbebe. Yanni Tran, I don't remember a customer named you. So if you're just a YouTube viewer, welcome. Hello back at you. Clarissa says Yibo is really popular because of acting. Good to know. Again, I've never seen him act or do his China stuff. Really don't know what he's doing, but if he's really popular for it, again, good to know. I mean, I really liked him as a singer too when he was in Unique, but if he's doing good as an actor, good for him. So I'm glad. Ira says, I washed my bebegum and it became less soft. So we have someone that can attest to that. So it did become less soft. So I bought a blower my BFF suggested. Oh, okay. So you mean like a hair dryer or something to like dry it and then it will become like softer again? Okay, that's a good idea. So just have to really yeah, so washing and drying it would just really depend on how you do it. But yeah, so that makes me a little bit worried. So maybe I don't want to wash him yet until I feel like I have to. And then Iris says, I'm gonna visit Korea, but I don't know someone there. Are you visiting Korea soon, even during this pandemic? Really? I mean, I know it's possible, but it's just really difficult, right? So I mean, yeah, but if you visit Korea, I mean, just try to have fun as much as you can. But I personally would suggest don't visit Korea until COVID is over. Like, if you guys want me to update you guys of how COVID is going in Korea, is that sadly, ever since last October, so I felt like that was the period when the wave happened, when like suddenly like a big surge in new cases were happening in October. I'm not sure why. I still don't know why, but we had that increase in October, and sadly it has never decreased ever since October. So now it's like almost 6 months of this, and on average every day we get 500 new COVID cases in the whole country of Korea. And Korea is not a big country, so 400 is sadly a lot. And I don't know what the government is doing, the Korean government. I mean, they don't see the COVID cases getting better or decreasing, and I don't know. So it's just concerning. So for me, I still don't feel like I'm able to freely go about my day in Korea yet. Like, I still want to try to stay home as much as possible. And I don't meet my friends at all, actually, unless, we really trust each other and I know they don't have COVID and I don't either. So I will go see them if I can. And like, I still am here in Korea with my mom. And so I also want to be careful to like not pass it, because since my mom is technically a high risk person with COVID, so I want to keep safe about that. Yeah. So, all these things and stuff, it's hard, but yeah, just FYI, the COVID situation in Korea is still not good at this moment. And we are still waiting for it to get better. I don't know when, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Let's see. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So first off, Gloria says, no, I'm not watching it then. Yep, that's how I'm feeling too. And then Ira says, my BFF is the one who suggests my shop. Get out of here. So I'm pretty sure I know that person, and I see the whole what's the word? The whole connection that's going on. So Ira, so you actually are like what's the word? A mutual, I guess, even though I don't think I ever served you before, like as a customer, but it's great that you're a mutual. So that is great. Wow. Yanni says, yes, just a YouTube follower. Well, wow. Okay, I'm glad, because so I'll talk more about that later. I also followed you on Twitter. Hopefully one day I'll be your customer when I have money. COVID not making things easy, I know. And shipping fees aren't nice, I know, right? So yeah, so honestly, I really thought my business, MyKshopper, would go down like dramatically because of COVID. But anyways, I'll talk about that later. But again, nice to see you. I didn't think I would be able to talk to someone who is only a YouTube subscriber. So first off, I do want to celebrate some. It's not a milestone, but I just thought to let you guys know is that on Twitter, we hit over 3,000 followers. So, celebration for that. And then I noticed on YouTube, I hit over 300 subscribers, celebration for that. And then on Instagram, also hit over 300 subscribers, 300 followers. So I'm like, what's all these threes? And it's the month of March, the third month of the year. So I'm like, such an interesting celebration. So I thought to share that with you guys. So again, Yanni, thank you for subscribing and to be interested in what I'm doing. And if you're not a customer yet, totally understandable. Again, I personally thought my business would really go down a lot because of COVID, but actually it's kind of like what's the word? It's a bad situation that's actually good for my company is that my business, is helping as a personal shopper. But because many of you guys can't get items easily in Korea anymore because of COVID, then that's why I got way more busier to help you guys during COVID time. So it was just interesting. So I'm just really glad, I didn't have to close down my MyKshopper. So I'm always feel very blessed and thankful for everything that's been going on. And just hopefully whenever, for people like Yanni, whenever you're able to be one of my customers and I could help you get stuff from Korea whenever it may be, no worries. I know it's going to be expensive. Like, that's just the truth about things because of COVID. Everything is more expensive. So until that time comes, I would love to help you get what you need from Korea. So don't worry about it. And just I am like more touched that you're a YouTube follower and you followed us on Twitter. So that in itself is just a touching thing to me. So thank you again. So don't know who this person is, but your name is Changyun I want to assume you're not the real Changyun, but anyways, so he or she asked, who's my bias? So I just explained that like earlier, my bias is Gihyun of Monster X, and that's why I have Hamgum here. And yeah, I actually made a video on his birthday of why I like Gihyun, why he's my bias. So you could also look at that video later if you're curious how that happened. But also, a few minutes ago, I explained how Gihan became my bias, but yeah, anyways. Clarissa says, pandemic is getting worse here as well. So she lives in Brazil. So yeah, I did hear in Brazil it's not getting so good either. So she says, we have our own type of COVID. Oh, so that means like you have a different variant in Brazil. Oh my gosh, yeah. So when will this pandemic be over? Can you believe that there are now variants of COVID like spreading around? And anyways, okay, so a lot of people are dying here in Brazil. Okay, that makes me, yeah, again, it's really serious. So, just guys, just make sure that you're doing all you can to stay safe. And you're telling people as well, like, you have to wear a mask. Like, there are many people that don't believe in wearing masks. And it's been a year and you still don't believe masks work. It's I can't, I always just roll my eyes at those people. So anyways, hope you guys are all aware of how you need to stay safe and, social distance, of course, and wear a mask and just, you can't meet people freely. So anyways, you can't travel freely. That's why I was a little bit worried if you guys are planning to travel abroad, you need to be like super careful, but also I just don't recommend it. So anyways, yeah, so even though we're in a really tough time these days and, besides COVID, like there's other things going on, sadly, that is making it tougher for everyone. But I want to, let's stay positive, right? So I want to, I don't want to be a downer all of a sudden. Sorry, but no. Clarissa, don't blame yourself either. But so we all know that COVID is always a serious issue to talk about. And so just everyone, just make sure that you're all doing your best to stay safe and healthy. Yeah, and then Mei says, when this COVID is over, I will travel to Korea, especially to Gwangju, your home of Pyongyang, of course, and Jeju Island. Yeah, so Mei, I wonder, Mei, have you been to Korea before? I mean, I hope you have, but so yeah, once COVID is over, you could come to Korea and be be able to tour whatever you want to do. I've never been to Gwangju before either, but I would like to visit one day and see how it is, because yeah, it is the hometown of Hyungwon, and so he also grew up there as well. But from what I can think, because the thing is, other cities I've been to in Korea, I've been to Busan before, I've been to Daegu before. I've also been to Gangneung. So Gangneung is a city way east. So it's way east of Korea. So it's like, I think it's the city where like you could see the East Sea. So the sea between Korea and Japan. So Gangneung is that city over there. Overall, when I've been to those cities, which I assume might be similar to Gwangju, is that it's just just a regular city. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's less bustling and crowded than Seoul, of course. But yeah, but I could never find something unique about them. Yeah, just my personal opinion. And I just realized I forgot a city that I've been to, Jeonju. I've also been to Jeonju in Korea. But yeah, just overall. Yeah, so anyways, that's just what I imagine Gwangju to be. But if I ever visit Gwangju, who knows, if I feel it's safe enough to travel within Korea, I would like to visit Gwangju one day and I could let you know how it is in the future. Who knows? But I've been to Jeju Island before. So I've been there twice now. Yeah, I've been there twice now. And Jeju Island is interesting. So I don't want to rant about it for so long, but Jeju Island is I do recommend to go, but it's one negative point that I would say about going to Jeju Island is that it's so expensive there. Like in general, like I don't know. It was just very interesting to see why it was so expensive there because it is a tourist attraction, so I can't blame it. But yeah, so it just felt like a bit of a burden. Like I wanted to have fun in Jeju Island, but then also seeing how expensive it was. Yeah, so that's just my only critique about it. But I do still recommend though to go there because it's very pretty. Yeah. Ira says yes. Don't know what you mean, but yes, okay. And Yanni says, yay, woo, I guess to what I was talking about beforehand, great. And Ira says, no, if COVID is gone, I will go there. Awesome. I'm glad you say that. So I wasn't sure if you were coming during COVID because I'll be like, it's not going to be fun, but glad that after COVID, then you will come visit Korea will be awesome for sure. Great. And then Yanni says, I'm curious, why do Korean pronounce Gihyun as Gihyun instead of K? Oh, wow. Hopefully that, no, it does make sense. Okay, so oh, okay. I'll do my best to try to explain this as best as possible. So I don't know if you could tell in my pronunciation. I pronounce his name the Korean way, of course, because I'm Korean. So Gihyun, right? So when you hear me say Gihyun, does that sound like a K or a G? I guess more like a G, right? So if I were to say it as like an actual K in the English language, it would be Kihyun. I guess right? Kihyun, but that is honestly quite awkward for me to say it like that. So in the Korean alphabet, so how we spell Gihyun's name in the Korean alphabet is a letter that is more close to a G sound than a K sound. So in the Korean alphabet, we do have a letter that is exactly like a K sound. So that letter is not Gihyun's name. So that's why I felt weird to like use his name with the actual K sound. So FYI, the Korean alphabet, if you guys ever want to learn it, I feel like it's honestly easy to learn. So if you ever want to try and learn the Korean alphabet, please do so. And then you can understand more of what I'm talking about. So anyways, Gihyun's name uses a letter that is more like a G sound, but sometimes depending on the word, it's like a mix between a G and a K sound. So anyways, for Gihyun's name, when they decided to how to write it in English, technically it should be the letter G, in my opinion. And honestly, I wish I could see Gihyun's passport one day because I do wonder if his official spelling of his name that that he put down for as his official spelling with the government is maybe he spells his name with a G in there and not a K. But who knows? Maybe his parents decided it should be a K. It depends on the person which letter they want to go with. But in all honesty, it is definitely closer to a G. But in terms of like appealing to the international market and English speakers, it makes more sense to write it as a K. So there are other K-pop singers that also use it as a K. So there's Super Junior Gyuhyun, if you guys know him. So Gyuhyun is also the same letter as Gihyun, but he writes his English name of his Korean name as a K. And yeah, even though it's not pronounced as a K. So I think just in general, because of the English language, they think it would be better understood if it was a K than a G. But anyways, I hope I answered your question. So the pronunciation, though, in Korean at least, it should be like a G sound, Gihyun. Yeah. Ira says, I'm really happy that you had a shop that's helping international fans. Here is something I want to say. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but so it's not only me of MyKshopper, there are other people of MyKshopper. And so when we started this business, we personally never thought or had the intention of helping K-pop fans. We just had this thought of like, doing this as a hobby at first. And that we just thought like there are probably people out there that want to get Korean items like makeup, clothes, snacks, so any of the normal things in Korea that you wouldn't be able to get abroad. And so we thought of doing this business for that. And so my thinking about K-pop merch, I'm thinking people can get K-pop merch anytime they want, right? And especially like Korean music sites, they can ship abroad. So I personally didn't think at all that K-pop fans would come at us for help. But after opening the business and getting customers, it turned out to be like 95% of the customers that found us only need our help for K-pop merch. And I was just legit really, really shocked about that. I just didn't think it would happen. I really thought you guys can get your own stuff of K-pop on your own and you don't need someone like our business to help you with it. But no, it turned out to be like, I would say 95%. The other 5% are the actual like, Korean makeup, clothes, or what that's not K-pop related. That's only like 5% of our orders. So it was just really interesting to know. So anyways, I am glad that actually this business is helping K-pop fans around the world. Like I am, again, always surprised about this. So I'm just really glad that we opened this business and really happy to help you guys all around the world. Candy Martinez, I don't remember a customer like you, but I do remember a customer named Candy, but not sure if you're that customer, I don't think so. But anyways, hello, Candy. And she said, oh my goodness, is that Gihyun Bear? Yes, it is. It's Gihyun Hamgom from Tutokgom. And you want him. I'm sure you do, but sadly they are no longer selling it. So I'm only holding him because it's early in the morning. It's not super early. Right now it's only 10:50 a.m., but I woke up at around 9 a.m. And so I just want to hold on to something for this YouTube live. So that's why Hamgom has an appearance here. Okay, so Yanni says it sounds more like a G. Yes, yeah, right. So it did sound more like a G when I say it, and yeah. So technically, his name should be with a G, and maybe on his passport is a G. But yeah, but stylishly written in English, I think they use a K, so it's not confusing for you guys when you pronounce it. I guess I don't know, and it looks better as a K than a G. I think there's many reasons like that. I love the way you talk. You have full energy. Oh well, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah. So my personality is how can I explain it? I just for some reason have lots of energy. I don't know why. Even though it's the morning time, I'm still kind of tired, but yeah, that's just the way I am. So I'm thank you that you for the compliments. Yeah. Yanni says, "Ah, that makes sense. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad." So yeah, glad to help you with that. Clarissa says the alphabet is really easy to learn. Glad you say that, but that was the only thing I've learned. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So, anyways, I do recommend to learn the alphabet so you could like read like some basic stuff in Korean, which I think is easy to do after you learn the alphabet, and you can understand about the sounds and stuff. And yeah, good. Mimi says, no, I have not been to Korea yet. Okay, but I almost went there as I already made plan for the MX World Tour in Seoul last year. It was set for May. Yeah, but COVID destroyed it. I know, destroyed your dream. Yeah, it was crazy. So as you guys know, COVID started in like January, February in Asia. So even though technically COVID started in November of 2019, but it didn't spread and like became a problem until like January and February in Asia at least, and then in like America or like the rest of the world was like in Marchish, right? So yeah, so MX Monster X, they always do a world tour every year, and so they planned one for last year, of course, and Seoul was supposed to be in May, but then I was thinking, I forgot when they announced it, maybe February or March. I was thinking, I'm pretty sure COVID is not going to get better by May, but they still announced it, but they didn't sell tickets for it. I was glad they didn't, but yeah, when they said in May, I'm just like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. But then before that, they announced the dates for touring in North America, right? So Canada and USA, and I'm just thinking, don't think it's gonna happen. And of course, yeah, it didn't happen. And so the thing is, for the tour in America and Canada, like they sold tickets and they haven't refunded you guys, right? So I think just so much controversy about that, right? But you guys still have your tickets for this delayed world tour in North America, but it was set for April, right? Which is next month. But I'm pretty sure they didn't say anything about it being postponed again or even canceled. But it's next month. Anyways, that's sadly some K-pop agencies are just really bad sometimes. But as you guys can expect, it's not going to happen this year, as I expected as well. I mean, they were so optimistic to think that in 2021 COVID would be over, but I always had a feeling, I don't think so. So anyways, sadly, COVID is ruining all our dreams of going to concerts and world tours. So we just have to keep waiting, and let's just really hope this pandemic ends soon. Yeah. Gloria says it's so difficult to get stuff from Korea. I'm shocked. And the shipping is such a slap to the face. Right. So I mean, FYI, MyKshopper started in 2017. So at that time, I just really thought things were so advanced that you guys can just get stuff from Korea easily and you don't need a business like ours. But turned out you guys do. So I just learned so many new things after we opened this business, and it's just just so interesting. So, and again, I'm always glad that we can still help you guys with our business even during COVID. So just great. Yeah, Iris says, I know Korean alphabet now. Great. Yeah, so it's all good. Okay, and it's easy to learn. K and G is like the same. Right. Am I right? Yeah. So the letter I'm talking about is Kiok. So it looks like, I don't know about the mirror, but it looks like a 7. Yeah, it looks like a 7. So Giok looks like a 7. And so that letter in Korean, it's legit not a legit G. It could also be a soft K as well. So it's like so we would say it's more like a GK sound in my opinion. So another letter that's like that is also the biop. So biop, it looks like a glass that's half water, half full of water, a glass that's half full of water. So that's called biop. And that letter is usually a B sound, but the thing is, in certain words, it could also sound like a soft P. So that's also another example of the Korean alphabet sound, is that it's like a mix between two English letter sounds. So it's something you just have to get used to. You just have to like just remember how it is with like certain words, when it sounds more like a B or sounds more like a P. Same thing with kiok, when it sounds more like a G or a K. So yeah, that just comes with practice when you start learning more about Korean. What else? Yeah, so Candy says, what is my favorite MX song right now? Right now. So oh, that's a loaded question, I feel, right? So here's the thing, my all-time favorite MX song is Hero, because that song was the first song I heard from MX, and it was just so catchy, and I just felt like that's such a good song. But after I heard it, I just wasn't interested to know more about the group. I don't know why. So this was back in 2016, right? So I felt kind of sad that I didn't want to get to know them more. But Hero is always that one song that like has a special place in my heart, and like I always can listen to it and like it. So that is like my all-time favorite MX song. But if you're asking me like right now, what song I'm into of MX, which of course changes all the time, right? But right now I've been into listening to their song Stand Up. So as you know, that song is written by Juhan, and it's just a very uplifting song. And so, these days, since I'm stressed with stuff, and the situation around the world is just so depressing, but when I listen to Stand Up, it really lifts me up. So I really like that song by Juhan. So it's just such a good song to listen to. So these days I've been listening to that. But also Monsta X released a new some new Japanese songs. So I actually do enjoy some of their Japanese songs. And so their latest song that they released along with Wanted. So Wanted is a title song, but then they also released a subtrack called Neo Universe. So I didn't think I would like Neo Universe, because I felt like it was too too generic. But then after I listened to it a few times, I'm like, wait, it's actually a pretty good song. So also right now I'm into listening to Neo Universe, and yeah. Thank you for your question. Candy says, hi, I'm new. I got recommended here by YouTube. Get out. I'm glad that YouTube is recommending me to people. That is, wow. I'm glad. Okay. And also international, but anyways, welcome, Candy, that you found me through recommendation. And also international shipping is a lot. Yes, I joined the Monsta X 6th Gen for the first time, and the kit made the price shipping go up to $62, 62 US dollars, right? Yeah. Yeah, sadly, that is very, very true. So, FYI, I don't know what country you're from, but I'm gonna say USA, for example. So, USA, sorry, why did I stutter? I can ship to USA, but only via boat or surface mail or EMS. So there's nothing in between. So boat and surface mail is like super cheap, but then it jumps to like EMS, which is super expensive. And sadly, EMS increased their fees in the past few months. Like it kept going up, and I'm just like, geez, stop it, EMS. But yeah, sadly, EMS to like all countries around the world is super expensive. And so yeah, so I think if Interpark is going to be using EMS to ship to you, that I think it makes sense. It would cost $62. So that's sadly how it's going now because of COVID. So yeah, and Ira says, what, $62? Yeah. Sadly, I'm not surprised though, because EMS sadly is that expensive. Me, don't know if you're the same me that I know who is one of my customers, but the iPin kills me. The iPin kills you. I know the iPin that's in Korea, but I mean, are you talking about using iPin in Korea? Which you need to have a Korean ID to use it, right? So I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Iris says, guys who wants to be moots here. I'm having fun here. If you guys want to, have like become friends with each other, that's cute too if you want. Candy, yes, $62, the membership and the kit together. So already talked about that. Iris says, I'm studying now, but I'm having fun watching your live. Oh my gosh, if you're studying, don't watch me. But if you don't have a test tomorrow, then okay, feel free to do what you want. But if you have a test tomorrow, Ira, I'll go. But also maybe, I'm not sure how long I'll keep doing this live. But anyways, good luck on your test or whatever you're studying on. Good luck to you. So anyways, 62 jaw. So you guys keep talking about the 62. I know, but again, I'm not surprised. Yanni says, I agree. The 6th Gen for the membership shipping is pretty bad, especially delivering to Canada. Yeah. So shipping to Canada is like almost the same price as it is shipping to USA. So yeah, sadly, if it's EMS, super expensive, so not surprised. Candy says, is it this letter? Yeah, that is, yeah. So you wrote gi. So you wrote gi. So I'm talking about the one that looks like a seven. We call that letter kiok. So that is the letter I was talking about, where it sounds like a G and K mixed together. So yes, that is correct. Gloria says, I dropped a lot for the fan kit as well, and hopefully it's worth it. Yeah, Gloria, we talked about that before. I helped her and understand more about applying to the fan club membership. And so yeah, sadly that's EMS prices. Yeah, I want to assume it will be worth it. I want to assume. So yeah, I felt like you don't save more money if you ship to me to my Korean address and then I ship to you guys abroad via EMS. I'm pretty sure that would be more expensive. So I think the Interpark price that they put for EMS, I think should be okay for you guys. So yeah. Ira says for US it's just $28. $28 EMS. That's actually pretty good in my opinion, because there are shops that is holding group orders. Okay. So group, okay. If they're able to rearrange that situation and have people split the shipping fee, that's good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Candy says, oh my gosh, really? I never knew. I'm new to this stuff. Don't know what you're new about, but about the shipping fee? Is that what you're talking about? But yeah, it's all good. Ask me anytime. I am like a pro at international shipping because of my KShopper. So ask me about that anytime. Gloria says, how much was EMS before COVID? Oh yeah. So let's go back to like 2019, right? So I rarely did EMS in 2019 because, of course, people would rather go for regular airmail shipping fee, which is a lot cheaper. I rarely did EMS unless they wanted it quickly. And so I just remember compared to now. So I think compared to now, it was like $10 to $20 cheaper, if I can remember correctly. Yeah. So how it is now, I would say $20. I would say now is $20 more expensive. So if you think about it, if like EMS fee for you was $40, then back in the day, 2019 was probably like 30 to 35, maybe. I want to say 30. I want to say 30 just to be, yeah. And that for a small package like that was probably like $30 instead. Yeah. So anyways, but if you had like a super big or heavy package, it'd be like way cheaper. So maybe like it was a 10 kilogram or 20-pound package, like maybe would be like $50 to $100 cheaper. Yeah, I mean, big difference, right? So it's just crazy. That's what COVID does, sadly. Let's see, next. Okay, wow, you guys are asking a lot. So okay, but anyways, as long as you guys are curious, yeah, I could keep going. So we don't have a test. So Ira, yeah, I said to you, if you're studying for a test, don't watch me. But if you don't have a test, then it's all good. So watch me as long as you can. It's all good. Candy says, I'm so smart. Okay, don't know what you mean. Okay, sorry, I can't remember what's going on. And then Candy says, Chutokom has been quiet lately. Yes, I commented about this earlier. Because NC Soft that made Chutokom, they also are the same company that makes the Universe app. So I feel like most likely they have abandoned Chutokom now and is just only devoting their time and energy into Universe. So that's my feeling on what's going on now. Me says, any site that requires an IPIN or Korean bank stops international folks from being able to purchase. That's why I'm thankful for your business. And yes, same me. Okay, happy to see you again, me, on this YouTube live. So now I understand what you're talking about. Correct. I have bought things on websites where I have to put in my Korean like resident information in there. So you guys from international, of course, can't do that because you don't live in Korea. So that is also why I'm very thankful to be able to help you guys with that. Yeah, exactly right. So that whole thing where they only allow it being sold to if you live in Korea. So that is right. So I'm very happy again, as always, to help you guys with that. I'm glad. Great. So Candy says, funny story. I could never figure out how to type that letter. I was angry, but I'm improving my Korean. Oh, okay. So typing in Korean, you just have to memorize where the letters are, like, how it says in English, right? But in English letters, but the Korean letters, yeah, you have to memorize it. Or you can like buy the stickers of what the Korean letters are for each key. Yeah, so I would recommend that. This time I paid around NZ85. Don't know, that sounds expensive, but I don't know if you can let me know in US dollars, but I can believe that's expensive. Not sure if buying membership from Global Interpark will ship faster, as the 5th gen kit took almost 8 to 9 months. Wow. Okay, so let's keep in mind though, last year was when COVID just started, right? So I think all the shipping stuff international was just a big mess, right? So I think while they were figuring that out, it took 8 to 9 months to get to you. Super crazy. But I want to assume now that they got used to it after a year that they would ship to you a lot faster. I sure hope so. So yeah. But anyways, given you're paying that much, and shipping to New Zealand, only EMS Premium can ship there. So I think for that price, it's not terrible. Given EMS Premium is so expensive, so I want to assume that's not too bad. So yeah. Candy says what? I don't know either. Is what you're telling me. Okay, so if you could explain more about that later, Candy. Yanni says, yeah, that fan kit for me was about 71,801, which is about yeah. Again, I could believe it because EMS price to Canada is really that expensive, sadly. So I know. And Candy, don't know what you're talking about, so just explain to me more later. And Yanni says it was pretty bad. I'm still debating to get the fan kit or not. Yeah. I mean, again, that is tough. Yeah, and sadly, I can't help you get it cheaper. Like, I had some customers ask me if they send me the fan kit and I ship to them, will it be cheaper? And honestly, I don't think so, unless I had some customers who were like they plan to all share in like one package and then ship to them, which I'm like, I hope that's cheaper for you, but I'm not sure, to be honest. So, they're going with that possibility they think it is. So I had some customers do that with me, but yeah, in my opinion, what Interpark is charging you, I feel like is cheaper than if you're using me as a service to ship to you. Unless, of course, if you want me to ship to your country by boat mail, which, can take up to 4 months to arrive to you. So I can ship to you by boat mail, but Interpark doesn't. So if you want to have that lower shipping fee like that, then I can help you with it. If you think it's worth waiting 4 months for it. But I don't know. Yeah, but then, yeah, anyways. Gloria says, also, I have to go, but hopefully I come back when you're still alive. Okay, no problem. Come and go. Yeah, I mean, I might end soon, though, because right now it's like past 11 a.m. and I should eat lunch soon. But yeah, but we'll see how long until like I answered everyone's curious questions. So yeah, so anyways, bye, Gloria, and see you whenever. Clarissa says, oh, I got this week my Fantasia signed albums from M-Wave. Almost a year waiting. Clarissa, that is crazy. Oh, so the thing is, I've heard from one of my customers, she still also didn't get her signed albums yet from M-Wave. And I'm hoping maybe since you got it already, but she's in a different country, but I don't want to speak for her since I don't have her permission to speak about her. But I'm hoping that's a good sign that she will get her signed album soon. And M-Wave after a year. I mean, why does it take them a year? That's crazy. But yeah, so hopefully Korea these days is getting used to how it is to ship internationally. I sure hope so. But Clarissa, I'm glad that you got your signed album already. I hope you got a Hyungwon signed album. Did you? If you want to share about it, I really hope you got one signed by Hyungwon. So good luck to you. Candy just says, I'm just shocked. Don't know what you're shocked about, but all good. Okay. And then Ira says, by the way, who becomes broke here after all the stuff that Monster X dropped? Oh my gosh. Like, here's the thing. Even though, okay, so I became a Monster X fan after I made MyKshopper. So it's because of some customers of mine. Because I was buying so many Monster X stuff for them, like I just somehow became a Monster X fan. So that's FYI, another thing about me. But I didn't expect you guys to really, really be most of my customers. So I was saying, I feel like it's like 70% of you guys are Monster X 10 fans that I help shop for. It's crazy that you guys are majority, and it's not a coincidence. Like it's a big coincidence that I'm also their fan and you guys are majority of my customers. It's just so crazy. But anyways, I always assume you guys must be so broke because I know you guys how much you buy and what is out there. Like I know exactly what's going on. So I just wonder how you guys can afford so much. But you know what? As long as you're like working a good job and you can afford it, I'm happy for you. So go ahead. But hopefully, please don't go broke or in debt because of Monster X. I sure hope not. So I sometimes say to customers, as long as you're not in debt, I'll keep helping you shop. But sometimes I get worried for them. It's like, are you sure you can keep buying? Like sometimes I do get worried for customers like that. But yeah, as long as you are not in debt, just keep on going, and as long as it makes you happy too, it makes you happy, and that you don't regret what you buy. I'm always worried if like some people would regret what they buy. I know, but it can happen though, right? Of course it can happen. So make sure that you don't regret it and just go for it. Ira says, yes, it became cheaper if you will be with many people, right? And then you can all divide it. Exactly. Yeah. So I have some customers that plan to do that with me. So if you guys can like have a group together. I don't know. I don't organize it. The customer has to organize it for me if they want to do that. But yeah. So that's an idea. If you guys have a group order and you want me to help with it, it's totally okay. Let's see. So yeah, Candy says Monster X is worth it, so I'll do whatever it is. You know what? That's a good answer. As long as it's worth it, you don't regret it. You keep doing it, buddy. So it's all good. And Clarissa says, I didn't get Hyungwon. Mom, I'm so sad you didn't get Hyungwon. I got Gihyun and Shonu. Okay, that's okay. I mean, all of Monster X signatures are all priceless, of course, right. But since your bias is Hyungwon, it makes me a little bit sad. But it's. But you do have other Hyungwon signed stuff, I assume, right? I really hope you do. So yeah, it's all good. Ira says, I received my Urban Decay for just 2 weeks. It's fast. Did you order Urban Decay through me? I assume maybe not, right? But 2 weeks, I'm glad. Yeah, that's very fast. Yeah. Mimi says it's around 65 USD. Okay, maybe it's reasonable, right? In my opinion, I think that's reasonable. If I assume they might be shipping to you as DHL or a premium. So 65, I think it's not bad. Yeah. Ira says, I buy so many stuff and it's on its way. I see. Again, as long as you don't regret it and you're not in debt, I'm not going to stop you. So that's my feeling whenever I talk with customers about it. You also asked, do you ship in post office? I guess it's cheaper in post office. Correct. So the Korean post office, from what I know, their rates are honestly quite good compared to like other countries, right? So I only ship through the Korean post office, and very rarely, I get requests to ship through other independent companies. So like for Philippines, for example, I have shipped through LBC before, but again, these independent shipping companies, I feel like they're way more expensive, but some people feel like it's more worth it because of the service they do. So anyways, I've done LBC before, and I had requests for DHL, but I tell to customers like it is more expensive because I don't live near a DHL center, so I have to ask them to come to my house and pick up the package and then ship it, and that's more expensive. So I personally don't recommend people to use DHL unless they really want to, because it's best for their country, and as long as they're okay with it being more expensive, I can do that for them. But I have yet to use DHL, but I just only got requests for it so far. But that's how I've been doing with shipping through MyKshopper. Clarissa says, I have a Clan 2.5 with all 7 signatures. Awesome. That is like even better. That's great. I want to buy an only Hyungwon signed album someday. Yes. You know what? I'm sure it exists there somewhere, right? It is. And then I'm just thinking, who out there also got Fantasia signed albums from N-Wave and have a Hyungwon, and maybe they want to switch with you for Gihyun and Shanu. Might be possible. So if you want to, if you could try to arrange that with someone around the world who wants to trade with you, I think it's possible. I hope so. Sadly, I sadly don't have anything that's Hyungwon signed by itself. With my collection, I have mainly Gihyun signs, of course. But if I had a Hyungwon and and you have Gihyun, I would love to trade with you. But sadly, I don't have a Hyungwon one, so that's why I wanted to say that to you. It's just so sad. Anyways, So Yanni says, when COVID is over, do you have any tips for foreigners when coming to Korea? What a great question. Yeah. So let's imagine COVID is over, right? So COVID is over, and for you guys, when coming to Korea for vacation, right? Not living here, so it's a big difference, right? So I assume you're asking for a vacation. So my family in the USA, they would come to Korea maybe once a year, to visit me and my mom, since we live here. And in general, they always enjoy coming to Korea for vacation. And one of the things is that they love the jjimjilbang here. So jjimjilbang means a sauna or like a hot room. So Korea is famous for these big sauna rooms. I think Japan is more famous for it, but Korea as well, they're very famous for it. And Koreans love these saunas or jjimjilbangs. Like they love just being in the steam and the hotness, and then you could like rub off all your dead skin. Like my family member at least loves this, so she would always want to come to Korea and do that first. Like I think last time when she came to Korea is that we went to the jjimjilbang I think 3 times because she just loves it so much. So I was just so funny just thinking about it. So Anyways, right now because of COVID, you should not be going to these saunas. So right now I'm like sad I can't visit it, because it's just so dangerous with COVID, right? So once COVID is officially over, of course, that's something to experience in Korea, the jinjibang or sauna in Korea. And other things that I think is good. So if you're into historical things, so Korea is like full of like great historical sites and museums. So if you're into that, you want to learn more about Korean history, I do recommend that because it's just lots of things you could see in Korea with the history side. And then another thing is that Korean food. So in my opinion, even though I have a Korean mother and I grew up eating Korean food all my life, and so I always love my mom's cooking is the best, right? So my mom's cooking is the best. But when I went to a Korean restaurant in America, I just felt like I don't know, it was okay, but it's just like I mean, I'm always comparing to my mom's cooking. It's like it doesn't compare with my mom's cooking, so I'm just like, oh, it's just whatever. And then when I came to Korea though, and I ate the food here at the Korean restaurant, it's like the best. It's like honestly, I think it might be better. No, is it better than my mom's cooking? I mean, I'm biased towards my mom, right? But in my opinion, just any Korean restaurant I've been to in Korea, it just tastes so good. Like because everyone here is Korean, like they're all experts in cooking, I guess, and like I guess they're just like my mom. But it's just really it just blew my mind when I first came to Korea and tried all the food here. It's the best. So if you guys want to try legit best Korean food, if you ever eaten it in your home country, abroad, whatever, I'm sure it doesn't compare. Like, you know what? I heard Monster X say this in one of their interviews. Like, I don't remember what country they went to, but they said that the Korean food in that country, like, it's really good and it could be comparable to Korea. And honestly, when I heard them say that, I still cannot believe them, like unless they have like really low expectations for Korean food abroad. But when they said that, I'm just like, no, you have to be lying, or maybe they don't want to speak poorly about that country and how they make Korean food. But I will be the one to tell you honestly that sorry, I just choked a little because I'm just so like riled up. So anyways, Korean food abroad, I personally do not think I mean, it tastes fine. Of course it tastes fine, but in Korea is like the legit where it just tastes the best, tastes legit. And just even I remember my mom brought her Korean friend to America. So it was his first time going to America. And so that's why my mom wanted to take him there for vacation. And when he tried the Korean food in America, he was like, this is like terrible. So like I remember him like, yeah, so my mom was telling me the story that he was just saying it was so bad and like he can't wait to go back to Korea and eat Korean food. So I just thought was like, yeah, that is so true. So I have a legit Korean person confirm that for me as well. So it was, yeah. So anyways, Korea food. When you come to Korea, you have to eat a lot. Like, don't worry about gaining weight. Like, you know what? In general, Korean food is healthy. You probably wouldn't gain weight, but you just eat whatever you can, whatever you want. And I will try to recommend to you all the best Korean hotspot or best places to eat or the best food to eat. If you guys want my recommendation on that, maybe I should make a new video on that. But yeah, so in Korea, number one, better get all the Korean food you can in this country. And then lastly, just to wrap this up, shopping, of course, in Korea is great. And that's why, I'm here as MyKshopper to help you guys with all the shopping that you could do in Korea. So that's also another thing to do as a tourist in Korea. Woo, that again, sorry, I got a little riled up there, but yeah, that's all my opinion of what to do when you come to Korea as a tourist. Okay, so Ira says DHL is expensive. I promise it is. Thank you for confirming. It is, yeah, but it's fast. Yes, I've heard that as well. My mom ships things to other countries because DHL has their own plane, as far as I know. Correct. Yeah, that is why I assume they are so expensive, but also why they could also be super fast. So thank you for confirming on it. And, if I do have a customer that really prefers DHL and can afford it, I will help do that for them, but I have yet to experience it. Also, if I held a geo for a fan call event someday, can I ask an order from you? Yeah. I mean, don't know if I could. Okay, I won't say too much of it, but I have helped customers like that in the past. So, yeah, just contact me when you feel ready to do that kind of order, and I would discuss with you how exactly it would work out and how exactly my service fee would be, because if it's a lot of albums, like I have to charge more for that. So as long as you can afford it and it's worth it for you, I can help you with that. Yanni says, what is your favorite Korean food? That is, again, another like tough question, but you said you really like kimchi jjigae and tteokbokki. Oh my gosh. Like, first off, kimchi jjigae is just like a staple food of Korea. But I mean, there's so many staple foods of Korea, but I'm glad you do like kimchi jjigae. And tteokbokki, though, tteokbokki is like I don't know how to explain it, but I always ate it a lot as a kid. So every time when I think of tteokbokki, it's just like my one of my like favorite childhood foods. So and also it's like as far as I know, every Korean loves tteokbokki. I mean, I have yet to meet someone who doesn't like it unless it's like too spicy for them or something. But as far as I know, every Korean loves tteokbokki. So I'm also glad that you like it too. And for me personally, my favorite Korean food. What is my favorite? Okay. Okay, so can I put it in like certain categories? So first off is like my favorite Korean dish. So how can I explain it? Like it's not a simple thing. It's like an actual dish. So my favorite Korean like fancy dish is something that's called dubu kimchi. So it literally means tofu kimchi. So my mom used to make this a lot when we were growing up, and so I just for some reason I just love it. So it's literally only tofu and kimchi, but the kimchi is made a certain way where it's like kind of sweet. So I think it's like so I don't know how they make it. I don't even know what to call it, but the kimchi is made a certain way where this type of kimchi with the tofu together, it just tastes amazing. It's like when I first had it, when my mom first made it, I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And so I would always like, look forward to when she would make it. And like it's so healthy too, because tofu's healthy and kimchi's healthy. So I ate that a lot as a kid, and maybe that's why I grew up well, I don't know. But that is always like from my memory of my childhood and like how and like I still like it now as an adult is definitely the tofu kimchi dish. Now a tofu sorry, my mind is going everywhere when it comes to food. So that's my favorite Korean dish. Now my favorite Korean like snack or like favorite Korean side dish, as you guys know, like Korean food, like there's also a type of way to eat where it's like so many side dishes, right? So I feel like that's like the most common traditional way to eat Korean food, with like rice and then it's just eat all the side dishes. So my favorite Korean side dish though is something called is there a proper way? I just know it's called jun. So jun just literally means just a pancake. So not like the Western pancake. Please don't think that it is shaped like a pancake, but it's nothing like the Western pancake. So a jun, I believe, is made with like flour or some kind of I don't know. I never made it before, but only my mom makes it, and like I get it at restaurants all the time. But it's like a fried Korean pancake of flour and like vegetables in it, or you can also put like seafood in it, or fish. I mean, you can put anything in the jun. Like you could also, yeah, kimchi jun. There's like I don't know. So I love all jun. So this is like my favorite Korean side dish, which is I guess the best way to call it in English, the Korean pancake, Korean fried pancake. Let's put it that way. Yeah. And yeah, I think those are my favorite Korean foods I could and then in general, like dessert wise. So my favorite Korean dessert, like is relates to tteokbokki. So it's actually tteok. So tteok in Korean, it means rice. Hmm. Okay, I'm just trying to think what's the proper English word for it. So tteok is just like a rice cake. I guess that's okay to say. But it's like it's made of rice flour and they make it into this it's like a mochi. Okay, that's a better word. So it's like a Korean mochi of like rice, right? So that's how it's made with like tteokbokki. So it's made with like rice cake, that kind of like mochi. And so not only as like that as like tteokbokki, but it could also make it as like a dessert. So it's like tteok cake. So yeah, it's like but sweet. So if you can imagine, man, I wish you guys have eaten it before, but think of it as like a sweet rice cake. And I always ate this a lot as a kid and I still love it now. And it's just yeah, I could eat it a lot, but it's so unhealthy for you. But I love any kind of rice cake, tteok, food, sweet things. So those are my favorite Korean foods in those categories. Okay, wow. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so Ira says, I want to taste Korean cooking. I guess it's 100% different from here. Oh, totally. Yeah. So come to Korea and it's legit all Korean people cooking it. So they know what they're doing. And it's just a different world, totally. Like abroad, I'm pretty sure Koreans are making it, but I think because they have different ingredients that they have to use in that foreign country, it can't really taste the same. That's my thinking why it doesn't taste as good as in Korea. So just remember, the OG original Korean food in Korea will always taste the best. I have yet to really find any place abroad that really tastes exactly or even better than the Korean food in Korea. So don't listen to Master X when they said that it tastes the same in another country. Again, I still can't believe them. Okay, anyways, yeah. Uh, I like tteokbokki. I can't remember if this is actually the name of it. Yeah, I believe you're trying to say tteokbokki, right, Clarissa? Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that you like it too. I always was curious, foreigners, how exactly they could take to spicy rice cakes, tteokbokki. But I'm glad that you guys like it. It's not for everyone, of course, right? But yeah, so I'm glad to hear you guys like it. And Ira says, I will 100% honest. I eat on a Korean restaurant here, and I promise, even if I don't taste any Korean cooking, it's so different. Really? So, even though I don't know if you came to Korea before and tried the cooking here, but if you can already feel like the Korean restaurant in your home country, that it's like if you feel like something's missing, like I can believe it. So if you can already feel that feeling, wow. So yeah, I can believe it. So when I go abroad, for vacation, I would never eat Korean food there. Like even if I feel desperate, like I really crave Korean food, like that sometimes could happen. But I'll just be like, no, I'll wait until I go back to Korea to eat Korean food. So when I go abroad, I would just only eat the native food there, right? Which is of course should be the best. So that's what I think we should always do when we travel to a new place. Yanni says Hyungwon prefers kimari than tteokbokki. Kimari? What is kim? But then again, I'm not sure if you're spelling it correctly. If you could like explain that to me, what you mean by that kimari? But I'm trying to think what food that sounds similar to, and yeah, I can't think of it. So please, Yanni, explain more for me on that. And then Yanni says, "Ooh, I like dubu kimchi as well. Have you tried it before? I don't know if they even sell it or make it outside of Korea. Except I only ate it when I was in America because my mom made it. But yeah, if you have eaten it before, thank you that you agree with me that it's delicious, which it is, right? So dubu kimchi, I recommend for everyone. Tofu kimchi, I mean, so kimchi with tofu. It's just so delicious. So you cut up the tofu, so it's like squares or rectangles, and then it's raw. So I don't think it's cooked. I don't think so. It tastes like it's raw, and then just put the cooked kimchi on top and just eat it like that. Oh, it's just one of my favorite dishes, and I don't eat it often, sadly, because I don't know. Why don't I eat it often? I'm not sure why, but I would eat it often if I could. Yeah. The last time I ate was bibimbap. And Changyun, I am posted something that he ate bibimbap. Okay, and I was like, oh, what a funny coincidence. We have the same mindset. Oh, how funny. Okay, so I'm trying to follow your thoughts. So at the time when you ate bibimbap was the same time when Changyun or I am ate it. So okay, again, that's super cute and funny. Yeah, bibimbap is delicious. By the way, I really like all types of food dishes where it's like you combine food together. So like I really like salads because can combine all foods together, and I love sandwiches since you could put lots of things inside. And so bibimbap, which is basically like mixed things all together with rice. Yeah, so I love all those kinds of dishes. So yeah, I'm glad that you know bibimbap and tried it. It's yes, definitely very delicious. Clarissa says, I used to hate spicy food, but I love ramyeon. Okay, and even non-spicy Korean ones are spicy. I know. Okay. Hey, anyways, that you used to hate spicy food, but now you like it. So I'm curious, isn't Brazilian food usually spicy? And I'm not sure. I ever tried Brazilian food? I feel like I haven't, but I am curious if Brazilian food is spicy or not. So I wonder if that's why you don't like spicy. But anyways, Korean ramen or any kind of Korean food, if they say like it's not spicy, it's usually a little bit spicy. I know that's like Korean style, I guess. So that's why. And also, if you say at a restaurant or when you order food and you say you want it to be spicy, it's actually more spicy than you think. So that's something to be careful of when you order food in Korea. So I personally would never order something spicy because I know it would always be more spicy than I think. Even though I do like a little bit of spice in my food, but Korean spicy level is just a whole nother level. So I would always order it as like no spicy, please. And when I order it as no spicy, it's just a little bit spicy. And that's exactly what I want it to be. So FYI about that when you order Korean food. And also being aware of it when you buy certain Korean like ramen or other stuff, when it says it's not spicy, it's usually a little bit spicy. So just keep that in mind. Iris says, by the way, if you will describe yourself, who in Monster X members are you? Whoa, that is a great question because I have actually thought about it before. So in my opinion, also as I got to know the members more, I feel like my personality matches the most with Minhyuk. I mean if you guys like agree with me or not, let me know. But as you know, Minhyuk is like a ball of energy as well. I mean, he's not as much. I mean, the thing is, Minhyuk has his quiet moments too. So that's something I don't like. I like my quiet moments too, but I feel like Minhyuk feels more like what's the word that he has some things that he can't really express. I mean, maybe it's because he's a celebrity, he can't really express it outward. Wow, for me, I'm not a celebrity, and I'm telling you guys like all my honest thoughts. So I feel like very free to like say anything. But for Minhyuk, I always feel like, yeah, he's like constraining himself. So that's something I can't relate with him on. Like it would be really hard for me to constrain like all my energy and feelings that I want to do. So but overall, I feel most like I feel like my personality matches with Minhyuk the most, and I hope one day when he's not a celebrity or when he feels more free to do so, that he doesn't have to constrain himself. He can just be whoever he wants. So I would like to see that of Minhyuk one day to see if I relate with him more. But then I also feel like I match a little bit with Juhan too, or Juhani. So Juhan is that, even though he's like kind of serious and also kind of like, he's very manly too, but like there's a part of him where like he wants to pick up the mood. So that's also me too. It's like if I feel like the mood is down, I also want to pick it up and like encourage people to like bring the mood up. So that's also another thing that I relate with Juhani on. So I feel like maybe I'm a mix between Minhyuk and Juhani. That's my best description. But if you guys agree with me or not, let me know. I would like to hear your opinion on that. So Ira says, I want mochi now. I'm craving. Oh my gosh, I know, me too. There's not much mochi in Korea. Like I'm thinking about it. It's like, no, I don't think it's being made or sold here, except we have the Korean type dok. But yeah, I miss mochi too. So I'm makes me crave it now too. Let's see. So Mamie says, I'm surprised you guys are still here. I've been doing this for about an hour and a half. And if you guys still have questions, like I'll keep going until like, when I feel like you guys are like not curious anymore. So anyway, so Mamie says, I did try hue or raw fish. Yeah, it's like sashimi in Japanese, right? So yeah, sashimi or hue. That's also one of my favorite Korean dishes too. I do love eating hue as well. Bibimbap with many side dishes in Korean, spicy fried chicken in New Zealand. I did not know they would make that in New Zealand of all places. That's amazing. It was really yummy, but I think eating Korean food in Korea is more authentic. Correct indeed. Now, I'm honestly curious, are there many Koreans in New Zealand? Are there? I am curious. Like in Korea, I met maybe like 1 to 3 Koreans. I can't remember exactly, but I did meet a few Koreans, like ethnically Korean, but they were born and raised in New Zealand. So I was like kind of curious, like, are there many like Koreans who are from New Zealand? So it was just very interesting. But anyway, so I wonder if that's why you have tried Korean restaurants in New Zealand. But again, I'm just still a little bit surprised that they make it there. But yeah, if they made it okay, if you thought it was tasty, I'm glad. Overall Korean food is usually tasty, but I do want to believe that when you come to Korea and try all those food here in Korea, I really want to assume you will see a big difference, that it tastes way better in Korea. I would like to believe that. Yanni says it's the deep fried seaweed spring rolls. Yes. Okay. The deep fried seaweed spring rolls. Yes, I know that food. For some reason, I can't remember the name of it. Kimari? Kim. Thank you for writing it in Korean. Kim-mari. That is the word. That is exactly the word. Yes. So kim means seaweed in Korean. So yes, and then mari. I don't know why it's called mari, but I think it means like rolled up something, because there's also keran mari, which is like rolled up egg, like an egg roll, but not a legit Chinese egg roll, but it's like rolled up like eggs. I love keranmari. It's so good. But kimmari, yes, that is also popular in Korea. But personally for me, I'm not too into deep fried food. So for this deep fried seaweed spring roll, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I did not know that Hyungwon is a fan of it. So it's kind of unhealthy, but I'm not surprised that he likes it. So very, very, thank you for that information about him. Yeah, good to know. Ira says, I'm craving for bibimbap now. You know what? Why not go eat some for lunch later if you can? So bibimbap is just so healthy. It's like a salad, but with like rice and vegetables. Like I love it too. Yeah. And then Ira says, when we eat ramyeon, I sweat a lot. It's so spicy. So hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Again, I don't know why they make it so spicy, but just Korean people just love the spice. So yeah, you sweating over the spice, I'm not surprised. So just eat it like slowly and you'll be okay. Clarissa says Brazil is so big. That is right. I not forgot, but just I didn't think about that until now. So yeah, Brazil is so big. Every place have different kinds of food. Some are spicy and some are not, but I used to hate it. Good to know. Now that makes me think, if ever I visit Brazil, or if I go visit a Brazilian restaurant, then I do wonder what kind of Brazilian food would I eat. But you know what? Yeah, whenever that happens, who knows when that will happen, because I'm pretty sure in Korea they wouldn't make good Brazilian food. But I would ask you, what would be like good food that I should eat that's like authentic Brazilian food? I would love to try it one day. But yeah, but you used to hate it, but now you like it. You know what? As we grow up, our tastes change, right? So I think that's not surprising either. And then me says, you're totally Minhyuk and Wano. Really? So I never thought my personality matches with Wano. Like Wano, I feel like he's like more what's the word? He's more like a teddy bear, right? All you Wano fans out there. He's such a big teddy bear, even though he's like so strong and muscular, but inside he's a big marshmallow. Now, for me personally, I don't think of myself as a marshmallow. Like Wano is just like more into like sensitivity. He's more into just he's more like that person, but I don't think I'm like that, right? But then again, you guys only know me from my YouTube videos, right? But if you do think I have some like Wano personality in me, I am very complimented, of course. But yeah, but I never thought of that about that until now. But just thank you. Yeah. Candy says, Minhyuk spams fan cafe too, though. Yes, he is a fan cafe spammer, which is good, of course. So like I remember sometimes he would say his thoughts just into like a whole paragraph, right? Which I think is so good to see because he wants to like say all his thoughts, which is like me. So I do feel a lot of similarity with me and Minhyuk. So yeah, but anyways, I still feel like he still has to constrain himself because of being a celebrity, and I can't blame him. So yeah. So yeah, Ira says, me, I'm like Gion the most interesting. So we're this interesting. I mean, if you do, Gion's personality is quite unique, right? But I mean, I don't think I've met many people that are like Gion though, because he's kind of sensitive, but also he's like very perfectionist, and like he's also a little bit like mujutuke. I don't know how to explain that in English. It's like, he's doesn't show emotions well. Yeah, that's the best word to describe it. Like he doesn't really show his emotions well, but anyways, but yeah, but I mean, I'm always curious to meet people that have a Gihyun personality. But for me personally, I like him for his personality, but also just him as a general person. Yeah, that's another conversation. But interesting if you say you're like him. And yeah, so you're like a Hokihyun with a little strict like Hyungwon. Interesting. That's the thing. I do like that about Hyungwon, that he has like the strict conservative side to him. I do really like that about him. So yeah, if you're like that too, that again is I find that appealing. So that's nice. Here in Philippines, there are Korean actors. Do you mean like Korean ethnic? So they're ethnically Korean, but they were raised in Philippines, and so they are now doing their work as like an actor in Philippines. That's very interesting, though. I mean, I can only think of one person. Her name is Sandara Park. I'm pretty sure you know her, but like I don't really know her whole history, but I just know that she had some time in the Philippines as a celebrity, and then after that, then she moved to Korea and then joined YG. I don't know her whole story, but I do know like when she speaks Korean is not fluent, which makes sense because I assume she grew up in the Philippines, but she speaks better Korean than me, so she's still like good at it. But I'm wondering if like if the people you're talking about, is it like people like Sandara Park, I guess. So just curious. Oh my gosh, I should have just read your next comment. So yeah, you said here, Sandra Park act here back then. Okay. You just answered my question. Sorry, I didn't read the next comment. Okay, just so funny. Yeah, so thank you. Yanni says it's 10:32 p.m. here in Canada. I'm gonna go now. Oh, again, no problem. Like I'm glad I did come in the morning. So now I know like at this time you guys are able to join me. So anyways, no problem. Go to sleep. Hope you go on YouTube Live more. I would love to. Yeah, whenever I can, I would try to. And you love. Oh, thank you for your love, and I love you back. So like, thank you very much. Yeah. So if you guys need to go sleep, or if I feel like you guys are not curious anymore about asking more questions, and that's when I will end this YouTube Live. So thank you again for joining, Yanni, and see you next time. Clarissa says the thing Shonu loves is churrasco. Oh, okay. I think I remember him talking about that. So I do not know what a churrasco is, but correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's similar to a churro, I love churros, by the way. But I mean, I only ate them in America. Like, I do wonder how they actually taste like in South America. But if it's similar to a churro, let me know. But I am curious about it. Now, if you could explain to me, Clarissa, on that. And me says, Wano is very bubbly and positive. I mean, yeah. That's right. I forgot that part about him. Yeah, he is bubbly. Oh, so I guess, yeah. Now you just made me realize, yeah, I do have that common trait with one of them. We are both bubbly, positive people. Yeah, that's right. And so, when he left Monster X, it really like broke my heart. Like, even though he's not my bias, but I just felt like, he represented Monster X. And also he was always that bubbly, that bubbly, positive personality. And like to have him gone from Monster X, like I still feel very empty in Monster X without him. But you know what? At least we get to still see him as a solo artist. Like, I really thought, could he ever return back as a singer, but he did, and so that made me super happy, and we could see him like this. But in my opinion, I wish I could see him together with the members again, because he always, like, brought them to, he's one of the oldest members in the group, so he would like bring them together and really like motivate them, and just, yeah, so I miss that a lot. So I still really hope to see all seven of them together again. But anyways, yeah. So Wano is a bubbly, positive personality, and I'm glad that I am also like that too. And so me and him are similar in that. So thank you, me, for making me realize that. Yeah, great. Iris says I'm sensitive too. Interesting, and I'm hard to describe. People say that interesting. So I think that does make it very similar, that you're like Ian. Yeah. But you know what? I mean, Changyun or Ian, he's also like hard to read, right? So he's like always to him. Okay, he's definitely more quiet and to himself than Gihyun is. That's for sure. So maybe I can't imagine that you are similar in personality with Ian. But then again, he's your bias, so maybe you like that opposite attraction thing with him. I wonder. But yeah. But I do think Gihyun and Ian are like quite similar in personalities. Now that I think about it, like, yeah. So I think that's why they say that, like, that they say that they get along well to live together, because they're similar like that, which, good for them. So yeah, it just made me think about that. um so Candy says, what's your favorite part in the Monster X 5th Gen fan con? I liked Shonu doing the song lyric challenge. Again, you guys asked some good questions. So yes, so I did watch the 5th Gen fan con for both days. I did bought online streaming, of course, and I watched both days. And the song lyric, so like they were like typing a different song lyric, but then they had to sing a different song, right? So that was the first game they played, and honestly, I thought that was the best game. So like that just cracked me up. Like Shonu, that's one thing I really love about Shonu, is that he is so funny when he doesn't mean to. I think those are the funniest people, when they don't mean to be funny, but they're just naturally funny like that. So Shonu is like the role model of that. So anyway, so when Shanu did that game, I also too thought it was so funny. And when the other members did it, was also so funny. But Shanu for sure was the funniest one. So I thought that was the best game that they did. Out of all the games they did, I mean, the Jingle one was okay, but I don't know. In my opinion, the typing and singing the song, I thought was the most fun, and like that made me laugh the most. So I thought that was the best. And but okay. So your question was, what was my favorite part? So my favorite. Oh my gosh, should I talk about this with you guys? Yeah. Okay. I think I will. So as you guys know, we haven't heard from Gihyun in a very long time, because of this issue that he's dealing with. So it's gonna be almost a month of him like being not on social media or like typing any. So he hasn't written anything. So in this month, and like I can understand why, except okay, sorry, I'm getting my train of thought. So apparently it's been resolved. Apparently, like, he resolved it with those people that are accusing him of those things. So if it's resolved, why is he not like back to his normal self? Like, why is he still quiet and not saying anything? So so I'm still confused about that. So maybe there's actually more to the story that we don't know. Maybe things are actually not resolved. So I am still worried about him, given it's been almost a month and he still hasn't written anything for Monbibis, or written anything at all. Not even in Fan Cafe, even though Fan Cafe is only for members to see, but he's still not even writing on there. So anyways, during this time, we haven't heard from him. And then we see him for the first time at the FanCon, right? And so, yeah, so seeing him there is like, it's like, I just wasn't sure if like he was really happy or not. And I might get kind of emotional. That's why I wasn't sure to share this with you guys. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit emotional. So do forgive me if you see me stutter a lot. So anyways, yeah, so it was our first time seeing him. And like I knew, like, he can't surely be like back to normal, right? So he was still feeling like kind of, I don't know, that he was still trying to be careful, like he can't be his normal self anymore. And yeah, so just during the whole concert, he just had to be careful. And so on the first day, on Saturday, I felt like crying a little bit when I saw him. And then the first song they did was Stand Up, right? And so, as you know, like, Stand Up is just a very uplifting good song, and I was like getting teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my gosh, as you know. So I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, it's the first song, what's going on? I need to, like, so I held back my tears. So I didn't cry, but I felt the tears coming. And then later on, at the end of the near the end of the concert, then they also did the song "By My Side." So that's also another, another tear-jerking song. And so I felt like a little bit emotional at that time too. Oh, and then the last song they did was "Beautiful Night," and that was the first time they performed that song. And so just the meaning of the song "Beautiful Night" also made me emotional. But anyways, the first day of the fan con, I didn't cry. I just felt just emotional and just like a kind of teary-eyed. So, just because of everything going on with Gihyun, and and just Monster X in general, just just so many feelings. As always, just so many feelings. So, anyways, on Sunday, given it's the last day of FanCon, for some reason, don't know why. Maybe I was just being hormonal. I still don't know why. Anyway, so even now thinking about it makes me a little bit emotional. But on Sunday though, when they performed stand up and like for some reason just my tears fell. I was like, I can't control. I was like, so when I was watching them perform stand up and my tears were falling, I was like, what's wrong with me? So like it's just when a tear just when it just falls, right? But I really couldn't control it, so I just was crying watching them perform stand up, which is a very uplifting good song. But yeah, I was just getting emotional. So yeah, so anyway, so FanCon on Sunday though, I was just like an emotional mess, but I was trying to like keep it together. But like that's also a good thing that I was glad that I was in the safety of my own home, so no one can see me cry at a concert. It was so it was just so interesting. Anyways, but then at the end though, so at By My Side again as well, I it made me cry, and I was just like, oh, there's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with me. Just just so many emotions, I guess piled up, and it just like came out in my tears, right? And then I thought I was gonna cry at Beautiful Night because it was like the ending song, but I think I finally pulled myself together and I didn't cry at the ending song. So, anyways, so I'm just remembering the original question. What was my favorite part of FanCon? Okay, so even though I cried, I guess I'm sharing that because I can't really pinpoint a favorite part because it was more like an emotional roller coaster for me watching the 5th Gen FanCon. But you know what? First off, I was really happy that they canceled the offline part. So they were trying to make it where fans can go there in person and watch it. But I was like, Korea is still not good with COVID. Like, why Starship is being so stupid to try and make a concert when no other K-pop groups, by the way, are doing offline concerts. Only Starship is. I was just so angry about that. But then last minute, the government did not approve of their offline concert. And I'm just like, why even try in the first place? So anyways, they of course made many fans mad because they were looking forward to going to see them in person, right? But of course it didn't happen because how can you do a concert in COVID times? I'm just still so angry at Starship that they would even do that. So anyways, yeah. So I'm still very glad that it got canceled thanks to the Korean government. Gosh, anyways, but anyways, so maybe my favorite part was that I was just glad that it wasn't an offline concert, thank goodness. So maybe that was my favorite part. And then also I guess my favorite part was just like seeing Gihyun just performing as he that's his job and he likes performing, but still he was like constraining himself at the same time. So I guess in general just seeing them do what they love to do, and yeah, and I enjoyed them playing like silly games together, and I guess their presentation of like their PowerPoint presentation about their major. I thought those are like some fun times, but yeah, but overall, it was just an emotional time. So I can't pinpoint a favorite, but I don't know what I'm gonna be from now on. I mean, the next public appearance Monster X will do will be on April 4th at whatever that online concert Mott Live. I don't know, but yeah, you guys can buy online streaming ticket for it if you guys haven't already. You could do that April 4th Korean Standard Time. So I think that'll be the next time we will see them perform in person. And then I wonder, will Gihyun be the same, or is he still if he's feeling better? We don't know, right? So that's still a concern of mine. If like, how exactly is he doing? Like, if it is resolved, when he like, I don't know. So I just wonder why he's not back to normal. But anyways, sorry, I was talking about an emotional thing. But you know what? If you guys really, I'll read your comments soon. But if you guys relate with me on that's great. But if not, it's okay. I think I'm just more emotional for some reason. Yeah. So okay. So okay. Yeah. So so the last comment I read was Candy's question about my favorite part in the FanCon, and Ira says, "By the way, can I ask how to have clear skin?" Wait, are you asking me because you think I have clear skin? Okay, well, let's talk about skincare later. Okay, so yeah, I'll read the rest of the comments and then I'll remember to go back to skincare since it's such a whole different topic. Okay, so Ira says, "Yeah, I have the duality too, like Changyun." Interesting. Yeah, Changyun has also has that duality thing going on. So yeah, very interesting. Me says, yes, very happy for Wano's career. Still sad about OT7, but love that all of their careers are flourishing. Yes, I agree on that as well. So I'm still glad that they're all able to do everything that they can. But the OT7 was still their best time, and so let's still hope that they could return to that one day. And then, are you answering me about churrasco? Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right. apologize if I'm not. So churrasco is Brazilian barbecue where they cut meat off the spit. Whoa! So here I was thinking it was similar to a churro. I'm so sorry. Maybe you guys were laughing at me when I was comparing it to a churro, and I don't blame you. Anyway, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Churrasco. So it's actually Brazilian barbecue. You know what? Since it's barbecue, I'm sure it's delicious, right? And so I can believe that. So I remember that churrasco, yeah, Brazilian barbecue. I want to try that one day. Ira says that's so hard. I laughed so hard typing while singing. Yes. So that was the one part. So maybe that was my favorite part in FanCon too, because that was the one part where it like made me laugh a lot. So yeah, so I'm glad for you guys too. Yeah, that was definitely the best game that they played. And then Clarissa says, churrasco is meat made on fire. We eat it with vinaigrette, like a salad made with onion, vinegar, lemon, and some other stuff. Wow. So even meat with salad, that's like the best combination. I'm glad to hear that. Rice and farofa from mandioca. Again, sorry for my pronunciation. I really don't know the English name for it. I know, neither do I. But you know what? Like from what me explained to me is that yeah, it's like barbecue, but you also eat it with salad and rice and other stuff. That sounds delicious. And you know, I am not surprised that Shonu loves it. That he said he loves it. That totally sounds like his style. So one day, I should try churrasco one day. Thank you for explaining it to me. And I think I have a good idea of what it is now. And sorry again that I compared it to a churro. I'm just yeah, you guys must be laughing at that, right? I think it's hilarious. But anyways, yeah. So Candy says, same. I miss Guillaume so much. I miss his good morning, good night messages. I know. So I mean, Guillaume wasn't like that before. Like I think yeah, so I think after 111, then he started being more affectionate to fans, right? Which I don't blame him for. But before 111, he was, he didn't go on Fan Cafe a lot. It was usually Wano, of course, that gave most of the messages and affection on Fan Cafe. So that's why I feel like maybe Guillaume was trying to bring that back again. So Gion was doing so much of that, and I thought it was so sweet of him. But then sadly, with this issue that he has to deal with now, maybe he's just not feeling good, or he can't like say anything yet because maybe people would criticize him for that. Like that's my guess as to why he's still not saying anything. But it still confuses me. Like, is the issue resolved or not? Or if it isn't resolved, then I don't know. So I still feel like there's many things we don't know yet, but let's just hope we can see Guillaume go back to normal soon. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, Iris says, I guess he just needs some time. Yeah. I mean, I don't know for how long. It's already been a month, so that's why it still concerns me. But yeah, let's hope he will be okay soon. I feel you. I cried too. No way. Did you really cry too? I felt like I was just so. Oh no, I just feel like I was a weirdo for crying. But if you cry because of the same reason as me, I like thank you though that you relate with me. You're really good at talking. I want to be friends with you now. Oh my god, you're so funny. I don't know why I'm good at talking. I can't say that this is a talent. I don't know, but I mean I enjoy talking with people. Maybe that's why you think I'm good at it. So I am a people person in that sense. So yeah, we could be friends, of course. I mean to be friends, we have to be like, we have to understand more about each other. But we could be like, now in the future, when I see your name, either when you do an order with me in the future or when I see you back on YouTube Live, when I do it more later on, I'll remember you from now on. Ira. So, am I pronouncing your name correctly? I sure hope so. Ira. I hope so. Anyways, yeah. So Candy says, I can't believe Shonu knows how we trended. Yes. Hashtag Shonu Among Us first win. I know. I mean, dude, it trended, and I feel like most likely he didn't see it, but maybe a staff or someone who did see it then told him. So I assume that's how he found out. But yeah, I mean, I was also like quite tickled by him announcing like, oh, I won, now I'm done with the game, so like he just felt like accomplished, like at least now that I've won, I don't have to deal with this game anymore, because he's not a gamer in general, right? And unlike the other Monster X members. So I just thought that was so funny, and like he bragged about it, and then the fans also wanted to celebrate it. Just yeah, I thought the whole thing was just very cute and funny. Barbara B, Barbara, are you the Barbara that actually I remember your name because you leave lots of comments on our videos, right? But I'm wondering if you're the Barbara that was one of our customers. I'm always curious about that. If you are, nice to see you. But if not, like I do remember you from past comments. Anyways, Gian doing Aegyo was a fave. Oh my gosh, yeah, Mon baby, yeah. Okay, one thing about me, I like when I see people do Aegyo, like any person in general, not only if you're a celebrity, but when you do Aegyo, it's just really cringeworthy for me. I mean, I guess it's just me I can't, I don't know. It's just, oh, so I don't know. That's me, but I know most people actually like it. So if you really like his egg yolk, I'm glad because that was honestly really hard to see with them forced to do egg yolk. I mean, Juhani's egg yolk is like, one of a kind. He's like top tier egg yolk, right? But still, I'm just like, oh my god, it's like I can't like watch it. Like it's entertaining, but I can't say that I enjoy it. Like overall, anytime when I see anyone do egg, I'm just like, oh, okay. But it's like I know, like it's cute, and I know some fans like it, so do what you gotta do. Anyways, Barbara, but just good to know that you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was cute. Yeah, it was cute. So Clarissa says, I guess there's a true churrasco restaurant in Seoul with Brazilian owners. Are you serious? Really? I mean, I hope because of COVID they are still open. I hope so. But I mean, do you think I should try it there? And would it be legit? Like, do you recommend that I should? Maybe I'll look up reviews. But then again, Korean taste buds can't be the same as a Brazilian taste bud, right? So they might say it's delicious, but is it really like legit? We don't know. So I'll think about it. Yes, I would love to go with like friends later. But once COVID is better, please. I hope COVID gets better in Korea soon. Who knows when? Oh, Ira. Okay, great. You said I pronounced your name right. I'm glad. So Ira, great. Oh my gosh, how great. So guys, I have been doing this sometimes I accidentally say V live. I'm sorry. So I have been doing this YouTube live for almost 2 hours now. I don't know how time goes that quickly. That is just crazy. But it's almost 12 p.m. in Korea now. And so I do have to sadly go soon so I can eat my lunch. So I will stop this YouTube live in about 5 minutes, which will be me doing this live for almost 2 hours. So in about 5 minutes, you guys have any last minute questions or any comments to do for the next YouTube live, maybe anything like that. So for these next 5 minutes, let me know. Yes. So Clarissa says some Brazilian who live in Korea recommended. Get out of here. Whoa. Okay. I want to trust these Brazilians then, and so if they do recommend it, I will go find this Brazilian restaurant and I will try the churrasco and I will let you know how it goes, Clarissa. Okay, but sadly I can't go yet until COVID is better, but I will. Wow, I'm glad to know. And Ira says, by the way, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna eat, and I'm so hungry. Okay? So when you guys say I love you, it's very sweet. But like, I'm like, oh, you don't have to. Like, I don't know. I feel a little bit. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Candy. I didn't explain about skincare. Okay, thank you again for that question. So Ira is definitely okay. You can go and eat, and I will go eat soon. But FYI, I will go soon. So anyways, so last comment about clear skin. So my skin, honestly, I never had this kind of skin all my life. So of course I went through puberty, teenage years. I had terrible acne, not super terrible, but because of puberty, just clear skin wasn't a thing, right? And then in my 20s, for some reason, I also had adult acne. So in my let's say maybe 24 to 27, in that age range, so like the mid 20ish. And FYI, right now I'm 30 years old. I know it's still hard for me to accept that I'm 30. Anyway, so in my mid 20s, I had like some like adult just like acne on my cheeks that for some reason were like kind of serious and just wouldn't go away, and I'm just really wondering why. So anyways, I with the help of some people that were recommending me some stuff, I used some medicine. So I don't know what that medicine was, but I used some medicine for my serious acne, and it worked well. I don't know how, but it did. So it worked, and then from that point on, I'm like, oh, I need to like really like research and do more things to how I can keep my skin clear and stuff. So FYI, this is me with no makeup. So I only put on moisturizer. So because winter in Korea is dry, so I need to put on moisturizer. So here's the thing for clear skin, it depends on the person for sure. So my skincare routine, of course, may not work for you because we have different skin. So FYI, I have oily skin types. So because of oily skin type, I try to make sure I find products that are good for oily skin. And also, I feel like my skin is also sensitive, given that it made that acne suddenly. I don't know why, but I just felt like depending on the products I use, it needs to be like good for sensitive skin too. So I can recommend you guys some products that I use. So here is my daily moisturizer, or here they call it facial lotion. Yeah, facial lotion for dry and sensitive skin. So I do not have dry skin, but it says for sensitive skin. And so I personally, and because it's hypoallergenic, so yeah, I looked this up and like it's very popular here in Korea. And so I thought to try it, and it does like moisturize my skin well, and it doesn't like irritate it. So far I feel like this is the best facial lotion moisturizer daily one that I use that I feel like works well for me. And then I would recommend okay, if you guys know this company, yeah, so all my skincare is actually right next to me, so this is very convenient for me to share with you guys. So if you guys know this company, Coast RX, oh, it's backwards, but Coast RX, so they are a Korean company, and I started using their products just because I was hearing they're popular, and for some reason, it does work well on my skin. So I think they make like good ingredients or something, but this one is like the pad. So this is like a pad where like you could just how can I explain it? It like cleans your skin. So I think it's kind of like a toner, I guess, kind of thing. So like I don't use this every day because sometimes I'm worried if I use a product too much every single day, and my skin might not react to it well. So I only use this when I feel like my skin is like acting up a little bit. Then I will use this cleansing pad, and then the next day I feel like my skin is a lot calmer. So so like things like that. So I experimented a lot. So like for years I had to experiment on lots of products to see what products work on my skin. So this is like after years of experimentation, these are the products that I use to help me get clear skin. And then another thing that I want to recommend is like vitamin C stuff. So this is just an example of a vitamin C product that I use. It's from Ordinary. So this is I don't know what exactly is it, but I just decided to try it because it has vitamin C in it. And I heard that putting vitamin C products on your face can help with clearing up skin. And so far I use this almost every night, not, but sometimes I skip a day or two because like I said, I don't want to overuse it on my skin and they get used to it. So I use this like maybe 5 or 6 times a week. And yeah, and ever since I started using vitamin C stuff, then my skin also kept staying clear and not reacting anymore. So also another thing is I can't show it to you because I'm away from my bathroom, but also how you cleanse your skin. So make sure you're using the correct facial cleanser of how you cleanse is also very important so that you can keep your skin well and not so again, it's just lots of experimentation and just use the products that work best for you. And eventually, even if it takes years, for me it did take a few years until I found the best skincare routine, then you can manage your skin well. And FYI, I do think once you get to your late 20s into your 30s, which I am right now, your skin naturally does get better because I'm not producing that hormone that happen when you're younger. I don't know. So I do think because of age also, it helps you get clearer skin. So that's something. If you guys are still young, don't worry. When you get older, hopefully should be okay. But still, you should also keep your skin managed well so that you don't get like wrinkles in the future too as well. So still is good to manage your skin well and experiment and keep that going. Yeah. Woo. Okay. So Mamie says, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for this live chat. I enjoyed it very much. Hope to hear from you when my MX goodies arrive. Yeah. Hopefully in a few weeks we will talk again then. And please stay safe and take care. You too, Mamie. And I'm really happy that you joined this first this YouTube live with me for the first time. So again, really happy to have talked with you too. And thank you again and see you next time. And Barbara says, thank you. I just love you conversing with us. I'm glad. I mean, that's why I made a YouTube channel so that I could interact more with customers and also bring new customers. So I think I made the right decision to start YouTube. So I'm glad about that. And Clarissa says, you can make videos in the future eating some Korean food and explaining about them. Should I? I mean, I do love enjoying like mukbang, and also because I'm very into food. I think that's a similarity I have with Sean is that I love food. So anytime he talks about food and he shows that he's eating a lot, that just makes me so happy. Like it just warms my heart for some reason. So yeah. So anyway, so I wouldn't mind doing that, but because of COVID, I can't go like to a restaurant and show the food I eat. But if when I cook food here or get stuff delivered, and if it's like an interesting Korean food, I can try and show it in the future. And yeah, if you guys are interested too, just like me, I will be happy to. Oh my gosh, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Thank you again, Candy, for reminding me about the skin question. I said I wouldn't forget it, but I did. So anyways, thank you for the reminder about that. And now it is finally past 12 p.m. in Korea, and I'm sure to you guys, whatever part of the world you're in, you're probably going off to sleep soon or have to go eat soon as well. But yeah, I think everyone is done with all their questions and goodbyes. Seems like it. And I will go ahead and end this live now. So thanks again, guys. I mean, I feel like you guys helped me start off the weekend well. So I feel like so relaxed and like really yeah, because I've been really stressed out with business stuff, so I feel more like relieved and relaxed after doing this YouTube live. So maybe I'll do this again in the near future, like not super late, but it would be nice to do this every so often when I need to like unwind. So thanks you guys for joining me on this, because again, I don't expect more than one person to come sometimes, but to have like even up to like 10 people come join me is just very, very nice. So again, really thanks. And Clarissa says, thank you for the live. It was fun. I'm glad. Oh my gosh. Like you guys, if one of you guys, wait, I'm sure Clarissa stayed for this whole time of like over 2 hours. You're that's amazing. Like really thank you for staying and listening and being and enjoying it. So I'm glad. And then Me says, have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for coming on. No problem. Thank you again for joining me. So again, thanks you guys. Hope you guys have a good night or good day. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, just have a good day, stay safe, take care, and I'll hopefully see you guys again sometime very soon. All right. Okay, I'll be going now. Bye, you guys.